Um, Recap from last week. The party, after a oh, hard night, after just a difficult evening, had returned to the toy shop. Oh, wait, scratch that. Rewind. Um, so after the party had dealt with some terrible shit with Yarrow, um, or people who wanted to, I don't know, do something to Yarrow. Um, Octavius and Canis had split from the party as the rest of the party had gone back to the toy shop for the evening, had gone to meet up with a friend of Octavius's named Josiah. Upon basically reuniting, there is a little bit of a happy moment until that got interrupted by a cloaked figure in a red cloak and an ivory cat mask who had entangled all of you in some sort of strange, glowing threads, and then had proceeded to kidnap, again, Octavius. After which, Josiah had agreed to join Canis to return to the toy shop and join this party who had originally been the ones to save Octavius the first time. Um, he met some people, still, whatever his opinion of them is still pending. But the party had taken a long rest for the evening, and upon the next morning, they had received multiple messages from many sources. Canis had received a message from his professor, who basically gave him a mission to take out a creature he referred to as a dream holder. And doing so, you guys would essentially unlock a sort of limited fast travel type of thing. You'd unlock some teleportation circles. The second one was the other professor that was essentially helping Eddie, kind of like studying the amulet that was now lodged in his chest, and had basically been told that he had received word back from a friend of his from Zorzair who had agreed to meet him. You guys went to go meet the professor. This friend of his, who turned out to be an arch sorcerer from far off land, who had proceeded to lore dump a lot of things. The main key point is that Eddie is currently, the amulet that Eddie currently has lodged in his chest was made from the Eye of Vecna. So that's a thing that's going to have to be dealt with at some point. After that, after that, the party had split up again, with Atanez heading to the Chapel Plaza to check out a murder scene, as earlier that morning he had gotten a message that there had been a murder and the body was described as being mangled up in about the same way that the bodies in the ship in the North Harbor were. While the other half of the group had traveled to the archive in the Grand Bluffs district to try and gain some information on the old kingdoms and some information that Josiah was looking for. You guys had managed to find some books. Josiah had found a strange hidden journal behind one of the books that pertained to the old kingdoms, and then proceeded to give all the books to Canis, who just walked through a wall and basically got all the books out without any trouble, because if you guys had tried to go through that front door, oh, that would have been a fun time. Atanez, on the other side of the city near the Chapel Plaza, had come across the murder scene had seen Inquisitor... What's her name? There we go, NPCs. There we go. Abri Simoni, who was in the middle of arguing with a sort of large tiefling figure who was a paladin of Asmodeus, who had been sent by the church to basically figure out why this priest, one of their priests, had been murdered. Tanez basically sent word back to the Inquisition to have the body purified, just in case, it went up in a giant green explosion, and then proceeded to question some people at the Chapel Plaza. He basically found out that brother... I wrote the name down somewhere. Yeah, I think that was the one. Yeah, brother Zelimir Welkin, who had been murdered, had spent a lot of time in a soup kitchen in Butcher Row. After learning all that, he met up back with the party, and the party together had gone to the Gold Cliffs to see Volko Hughes, a previous associate who they had helped to escort to the city after they saved from some bandits on the road. Volko basically asked the party to help him investigate a local to investigate basically his main rival within the city, as he was going up to try and claim a seat on the council. There it is. This individual, known as Martin Rift, or Rift. I still can't remember the name. He had told you that Rift had recently purchased a warehouse in the Merchants Quarter, or no, near the East Harbor. Yeah, not the Merchants Quarter. Near the East Harbor, and that from his informants had learned that an unscheduled shipment would be arriving the following evening, and had asked you to essentially go there, see what this might be, and see if you can collect any evidence of any wrongdoings, as he was pretty positive that this guy was probably the one who sent the assassins after him and was doing a bunch of terrible shit in the city. I believe that is where we had ended it, as you guys had just left Volko Hughes' home and are now outside. That was a lot. You guys basically, a lot happened.
Yep.
So you guys are now outside the manor house of Volko Hughes in the Gold Cliffs. What would you like to do?
Where... I guess question is, where do we start? I guess the main thing for us to do in the city is this job for Mr. Hughes.
I think we should do that too, and then get ready to travel to see the desert people about my medallion. So yeah, let's just prep things as much as possible.
But yeah, I know Atanas needs to investigate that murder, but to tell you the truth, I don't really care what the Inquisition wants, so I think that can probably go down a bit on the list.
Yeah, that is true, but anyway, we still have to wait until is it next evening or next at night that the shipment is supposed to come?
Yeah, next evening, so basically tomorrow night.
Right, so we have
So you have like a whole day, basically, like a day
oh,
and a half.
2. Yeah.
Yeah, basically 2 days. Because right now, after everything that's happened, it's probably late morning to afternoon.
Right. So we have a lot of time to kill and before we have to investigate that shipment. So
Alright, so tell us again, Natanas, what's going on with this murder? What do you think? What leads do you have?
So the guy who was murdered was a priest of the cult of Asmodeus, and he was murdered literally on the side street right next to the cathedral. And that particular priest has spent a lot of time in the sub kitchen on Butchero. So I was gonna investigate that sub kitchen, and maybe that will bear some fruit on the investigation. But beside that, the only other thing I know is that he was murdered in the same fashion as those bodies on the ship.
Oh, I don't know if we should go then. We almost died at the ship. Are you sure? I
Don't
feel like
worry.
I need to get rid of my.
Eddie, don't worry. On the ship, I wasn't there. I'm here today.
Eddie calms down a little bit.
Right. Plus, this time we know that dark magic are afoot, so we'll be extra careful. And you know, if I sense trouble, I can always call some reinforcement for the Inquisition. And in the meantime, you guys can flee the scene, and I'll deal with any trouble. So as you guys are not in danger.
Well, I think that is there a specific style that like Inquisition foot soldiers use, like as far as headgear, like that I could use to hide who I am?
They actually do. I have to figure out what the helmets are called, but it's kind of like this. Turn the camera on so you. It's like it covers basically most of the front except for the mouth. Has an eye slit area and then sort of a dome that comes back to like almost like a flat plate in the back. I have to find the picture again, but
Atanas, I'm gonna need you to get me a set of Inquisition foot soldier armor.
Right, you want the whole set, or
I might as well. I think I'll look a little bit. I think we will look out of place following you around if we're not wearing it, to tell you the truth.
right, no problem. And I can always give Eddie some vestments so that she can also look the part as well.
I think that's a great idea, especially if it covers the chest.
Right, well, the vestment is a robe that will show the Inquisition and will cover your whole body, so you can even wear it on top of your actual clothes.
I think that would be great.
In fact, here, I think I have, and I take whatever vestment I have in my backpack and I just give it to Eddie.
Josiah, I think we'll look good with the Inquisition armor on. Just kidding, it's gonna look like shit, but you know.
Yeah, I'd rather not bring the Inquisition. We don't have to, but if it's necessary.
Honestly, I think that it's probably best that we investigate whatever this is, because then we can choose what to actually tell the Inquisition.
That is true. And by the way, is Josiah wearing like anything like an order type of stuff or anything that's recognizable, or is it just like plain clothes?
Probably like nice-ish looking clothes, but like probably nothing like too distinguishable.
Got it. Okay. So yeah. So you don't that should be fine. No worry about it. All right. So you know what? Let me get that set of armor for you, Canis, and
Get one for Josiah
we'll meet at
as
that.
well. We don't want to draw attention to ourselves.
Right. So I'll get two, one for you and one for Josiah, and then I'll meet you. Where do you want to meet? Do you want to meet at that soup kitchen or somewhere in between?
Yeah, we'll just, we'll just stick with you, and then we'll hang back when you go into wherever to grab the armor.
Alright. So I'll just go and grab 2 sets of armor.
Because I'm out of gold, I don't have any errands to run.
Right.
In fact, I'm so out of gold, it's a good thing that we have a place to stay that's not a inn, because I could not afford one.
All right. So you return to the Inquisition Sanctorum. I was going to have this information ready by next week, but so as an Inquisitor, Atanas, you do get, since you have some more, what is it called?
I get 2,000 gold a day.
You don't. You get some more
Damn it.
responsibilities. What you do get is a sort of monthly credit that you use for any sort of resources that you may need. This is a 500 gold credit. So if you need anything from the
Nice.
Inquisition, you basically, the cost of that item is taken out of this credit.
Fuck!
And just to let you
Malrin
know-
was definitely pocketing that fucking money from me. No wonder I didn't
Just
see a
so-
penny of that.
Well, you don't actually get the physical money. It's more of like, you want this item, they write it off. The thing is, if you don't use the full 500 by the end of the month, they don't carry it over. They just raise it back up to 500. So it's like, you use it or lose it type of situation.
Use it.
Alright, so how much would it cost me to get back 2 set of, like, nothing fancy, just like
Yeah, just
armor or
yeah, the
clothes with the
standard
Inquisition?
armor, which gotta check the armor prices here because I'm pretty sure it was one of the wardens just have like the like a sort of, I would say probably just straight up chainmail shirts with some sort of like padded God, what is it called? Not a
Tabard?
not a surcoat, not a surcoat.
Is it a tabard?
Gambesson. They have like a sort of chainmail and gambesson type of situation. Okay, here's the gear. Where the fuck is the armor again? Oh god, there's the weapons. There's the armor. So, yeah, they would now they'd actually be wearing more of like a chain shirt with gambesson. So that's about, for 2 basically full sets, you're looking at about 50 gold. So you spend 100 gold to get basically 2 uniforms.
Awesome. And since I'm there, with my poisoner's feet, can I just get like 100 gold worth of material to get my poison?
Yeah, the Inquisition would have poison, definitely.
Nice. So I'll get so that will put me at 150 total. So it would leave me 350 for the month. And
Well,
with that,
50 gold per uniform, so it's 100 for both.
oh, it's okay, never mind. So 2, I will spend 2. Oh yeah, I would take 200 out of the credit, so that will leave me at 3.
Yep, you have 300 left in credit.
So and I will go back to the group and hand out the 2 set of armor. Oh, and Eddie, the vestment should have a hood, I think, on it.
Perfect.
So that that way, if you don't want to show your head or anything, you can just put the hood on.
Eddie puts the hood on.
I'll put on my helmet. I
It's kind of
am.
a bucket helmet type of situation.
I will put on the. So is there like a? I would assume there's like a tabard or something that goes on over the chainmail to like show the insignia of the Inquisition or whatever.
Yeah, there is like a insignia style.
I'm going to like kind of like I'm gonna make like a, and I'm gonna like take the tabard off and put that on over my current clothing, and then I'm gonna hand the chainmail back to Atanas and be like, I don't really need that or want it. Thanks for the helmet though.
Right. No problem, no problem.
You didn't
Well, I just
pay
give
for that out of
I
your
give
own
the thing
pocket,
back.
did
Anybody want a chainmail? Otherwise, I will just give it back.
It's a chain shirt.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Even better.
You have 2 chain shirts that I don't think either Canis
I'm
or
wearing
Josiah.
chainmail right now.
Yeah, so he's pretty good.
As long as they showed the Inquisition sign on whatever else, it's fine.
I mean, at this point, if you just wanted to return the chain shirts, you get your 100 gold credit back.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah, so you basically, well, I'd say
Can you get healing potions, Santana?
Both the helmets and the gambeson, I would say, or not the gambeson, but the thing that Alex was saying. For that would be probably a total of 30 gold just for those. So instead of 100, you'd be spending 30.
Got it.
Can you get us healing potions, Satanas?
So hold on. How much would I have actually spent once I returned the 2 chain shirt?
30.
Basically 130. So 100 for the poison stuff, and then 30 for just the helmets and the thing that.
Awesome. And how many healing potions can I take at the moment? Like, how many do they have on stock?
I mean, this is the Inquisition. They're pretty stocked up. I would say, like, if you want to, like, pretty much as many as you can afford with how much you have left.
I'll take 4, so I will spell. That's 50 per potion, correct? If I remember correctly. So I'll spend 200. I'll get 4 healing potions.
All right.
I'll give 2 to Canis, and then 1 to Eddie and 1 to Josiah, because I already have 2 on me. So.
Thank you.
How many did you say?
2 for you, Canis. 1 for Josiah. 1 for Eddie, and that's it.
Perfect. That's a tabard, Mike.
Yeah, I know that. I know what it is. Yeah, just I was forgetting the name. The name wasn't sticking in my brain.
Oh shit! I didn't even realize I already have 5. You should give the 2 to somebody else.
I had 2, so now I have 3, so I'm okay.
No, take my 2 as well, because I already have 5. So even if you take my
I can take
okay.
them. I only have 1.
Yeah, give him.
I'll take 1.
Josiah, take
Yeah,
him.
just exactly.
Yeah, cause I have a fuckload apparently, so I'm good. I forgot I bought these. I guess I maybe should have healed myself in that last combat instead of Well, anyway. Oh, I don't know if you're used to like fighting people all the time, Josiah, but like for some reason, ever since I met these people, I get usually like at least 3 fights a day, I would say.
You never fought in my home.
Yeah,
it was peaceful.
You know, honestly, Eddie, I don't think that you're the one who's. I think we're just all cursed. I don't know what's going on.
Well, certainly I am.
It can't be normal though. I gotta tell you, the amount of conflict that we deal with, like on a daily basis.
What do you mean? I used to fight all the time. I still do.
So it's Tana's that's the problem.
Most likely. Yeah, that's me.
Alright, well...
You Inquisitors in your Holy Crusade.
Atanas, sir! Please, lead us to the murderer! Sir!
That's Inquisitor for you, not Atanas.
Lord Inquisitor, sir!
Not Lord, oh my god. Just...
We're gonna blow our cover!
Right, anyway, let's go to the soup kitchen. What's the name of the soup kitchen again? Or they didn't mention it?
The Sloppy Seconds.
Let's say I didn't mention it, and I'm just gonna make it up right now.
It's the Sloppy Seconds. That's the one.
You know what? In this part of the town, that would make sense. Yes, that is what it is called.
Love it.
I've been there before. I knew the name.
So this part of the town you're going to, Butcher Row, near the West Harbor. The West Harbor is basically where all of the fishing ships come in. There is actually a very vibrant whaling industry. So Butcher Row is basically named that because that is essentially where they cut open all these animals and sell the meat. So there's a smell as you guys enter this neighborhood.
Delicious.
You see a lot of buildings that are like, the buildings are all sort of tight together, like they're kind of like stacked on top. Like this was kind of like just a lot more people that are living here than there should be. So they're kind of just pretty much building to find a place to live. And there are still a large number of homeless or vagrants in this area. But after a short search, as many people that you would ask on the way would quickly give you the direction and then move along, as you are dressed up as an Inquisitor. Well, you are an Inquisitor. You do eventually find yourself in front of the building or the soup kitchen, referred to as the Sloppy Seconds.
Ah, finally. All right. Is it a building or is it just like an open air soup kitchen?
It is a building. As far as like, it has 4 walls, but the ceiling is more of like a tent situation.
Right. Anyway, I walk inside.
You walk inside and you see a number of tables, like very long built tables with like a whole bunch of benches to where like basically you just get your food and then go sit down somewhere. Very sort of like high school cafeteria-ish. On one side there is a serving area where there are volunteers basically handing out food to the less fortunate.
I goes to the to whomever is serving the poor and say, right, you here. Who's the manager? Who's in charge of this whole operation? Right here. Tell me right now.
You do this, and this is like a younger gentleman, probably maybe in like his late teens, early 20s. It's just like,
Just kidding. Take your time. Don't worry. But who's your manager?
Don't make the Inquisitor ask twice!
He kind of like drops he was like ladling food into people's bowls, and he kind of just drops the whole thing. That's Victoria. She's in the office. Very, very nervous person.
Right. And I look around. Is there like a door or something that would actually look like an office, or?
I mean, there's no door. It's more of an open doorway into a small area that just kind of has like a table that you see this sort of plump woman is sitting at and is like going through some books, essentially.
I point in that direction. I say, "Is that Victoria?"
Yeah.
All right. Keep on going and serve food, and I just go straight into the office, quote unquote.
I'm gonna like.
Which
I'm still with the first guy. I'm gonna like pull off my glove and dip one finger in the soup while like staring at him in the eye and just like carry on.
That's been sanitary. We have to remake that entire batch now.
Ah, this is the Middle Ages. Bullshit. They care about sanitation. I follow after
Well, this is a D&D setting. They're like, it's a mix of the Middle Ages and like Victorian era. It's like,
even in the Victorian
Just
era, they don't
weird.
give a fuck about hygiene.
true.
Especially
very
not somebody
true.
just dipping their finger in something. They'd be like, oh,
Exactly.
whatever.
Was the soup? I turned
Yeah,
before I
was
walked
the
in.
soup good?
I was about to say, was the soup?
You might have the shits later, but
Oh. Yeah, I guess it really makes sense. They
Nice.
don't care about hygiene, so.
it is a fish stew. That's they are near a harbor with a lot of fish
Fuck
meat and
bad fish.
I'm
Yeah, it
making
is
like a weird face as I'm walking
garbage
over
fish.
to you,
It's like
Tannis.
it's
Right,
the
right.
cheap garbage fish.
Maybe we should hurry this up for Canis' sake here. Anyway, I'll just walk in. Okay, are you Victoria here?
As you essentially stopped talking to that one guy, turned around to turn the doorway, she already had gotten up and gotten to the doorway because it's like maybe a 8-foot distance from that guy and that doorway, and she just like heard this entire conversation of you like randomly yelling at one of her employees
Yeah, I did
or
yell at that
volunteers. And she's just sitting there.
You know, I turn around and I'm like, okay, right. Are you Victoria?
Aye, and I'd be appreciated if you didn't talk to my staff like that.
Right, like I care. Anyway, let's go into your office. We have much to discuss.
Oh, that'd be a bit of a problem seeing how small it is. As she turns, and this office is basically built for one person.
Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. I'm gonna.
It's more like a closet that was turned into an office.
I'm going to say this, and I hope that Tannis is able to recognize the mocking tone in my voice. Inquisitor, sir, would you like me to clear out all the vagrants, sir?
Oh.
Right, go ahead.
Alright, everybody out of the soup kitchen, let's go, we need some privacy. I'm gonna start ushering everybody the fuck out.
Eddie doesn't get it, and he's like, okay, and starts walking out with everybody else.
I won't stop him.
You start like getting all of these homeless people that are coming here for lunch and pushing them out of this place. One guy is like sitting there like he's just got his soup or he's just about to get his soup, and you're saying this, and the guy you were yelling at earlier just kind of like pulls the soup away, and he's like, oh no. And it's just you may have just pissed off like a certain population of this town.
It's cool, I'm acting under the name of the Inquisition, so
Oh,
that's
yeah,
who they're pissed
definitely.
off at.
The helmet you're wearing definitely like helps to hide your face, so they probably won't recognize you on the street and like totally mug you. Anyway, you eventually empty out the place. Victoria's looking a little pissed now as you have yelled at her volunteer and now have cleared out the people that she's trying to help.
Did the volunteer leave as well?
What?
Did the volunteer leave as well?
I mean, you said you were going to clear out all the vagrants. Volunteer isn't a vagrant.
Okay.
If,
no,
if
that's
the
fine.
volunteer started to go away, I would have told you not to let him go.
Oh, I was gonna give him the stink eye and try to make him leave, but that's fine. I'll just stand guard at the door.
Right, now that it's over, do not worry. It's gonna be quick. I just need to talk to you about Brother Zelimir Wilkin.
And what about him?
Well, I don't know if you've heard, but his body was found this morning near the cathedral.
So just a quick question. How good is Atanas with people?
Not very.
Alright, so
That is clear.
in the length of like 10 seconds, you see this woman go from being angry to a look of shock, anger again, pure sorrow, and she just breaks down crying.
And you look at it, and then it's like, oh, god damn, I don't have time for this bullshit. Alright, come on, get a hold of yourself, okay? I need some answers here. If you want him to be avenged, if you want his murderous coat, I need some answers. So,
Damn it, Atanas.
you can try later.
This have to happen to him. He was such a good man.
Atanas, this act can only go so far. Show some damn kindness. I'm going to take off my helmet and like stride towards her, and just be like, I'm sorry. I'm.
Atanas is not good with people. He's not. He's just who he is, just like that.
you're like coming up saying you're sorry, like taking your helmet off, and she's just like, she basically just like hugs you at this point and is now crying on your shoulder, literally.
Atanas, try again, and please just listen. I didn't mean to rile you up. I was just trying to act like I thought Inquisition people act, but don't act like that, dude. It was a joke.
Oh, my bad. I thought. All right. Miss, I am deeply sorry. I did not mean to trouble you like that. I'm very sorry, but listen, I am the Inquisitor in charge of looking into the murder of whom I'm assuming is your friend, Brother Zelmir. So, but I need some answers. So, if you could please muster the courage and calm yourself down and answer my question, I would very much appreciate it.
I take it you were more than friends?
What? No, he was the nicest man I knew. No, they were friends. I'm not gonna...
Oh, okay. I just figured by her that maybe they were lovers.
This woman is like, that guy was like maybe somewhere in like his mid. No, actually, they are roughly about the same age, so it would kind of make sense. But no,
Hey,
this is very much more of a.
Dude, old people fuck. So like.
Anyway, it's like, sorry, just wasn't. I just saw him last night. Didn't think it.
Saw him last night.
So he was here last night,
He's
serving,
here every
helping
night,
people
helping
until
late
what
shift.
time?
Well, we usually stop serving a little after 9th bell, which is 9 o'clock basically. Which they can't tell time in this city. There's a big ass clock tower. Mr. Medieval my ass.
Right, and did he stay after the serving was over, or did he leave right after?
He stayed a little bit, talked with some of our usuals, and then left.
Right. Did he say anything out of the ordinary yesterday or in the last week? Did he seem to you maybe more anxious or anything like that?
He was getting a little worried lately. The past 2 days, a few of our usuals hadn't shown up. He was asking old Nicholas where they might, if he knew anything, but well, I'd point him out, but you kind of made them. He kind of left with all the others.
Right, I apologize for that. I just wanted to have a private conversation with you. You understand it's a delicate matter. Do you know where I could find this old Nicholas, you said?
He's probably outside waiting to get back in.
I look at Kenneth. Kenneth, can you...
Right. I'm gonna put back on my helmet, and then I'll stiffen back up like a back in my soldier act, and then I'll go outside to kind of let everybody back in.
You go outside, there is a big crowd of people who are giving you the stink eye. As you're kind of like ushering them back in.
I just
they're
stay
all
stone-faced the whole time.
Yep. They're all just like walking past.
As people come back in, I say, all right, people, I do apologize. You can go ahead, receive your soup, eat a good meal. I apologize for the disturbance. I just need to have a private word with Victoria. Who is old Nicholas?
And you see this really old guy, kind of has a little bit of a cane, long gray beard. His hair is like what hair he does have is getting long, but fairly bald as well. At the same time, it's really weird. As he's just like coming in. What do you want?
I will just go to the whomever was serving the soup. I will ask him to like fill him a bowl, give it to old Nicholas, and here you go, sir.
He takes the bowl. Oh, yeah?
Listen, I have some pretty sad news to tell you, but Brother Zelimir was found dead this morning near the cathedral, and you may have been the last person to see him alive.
As you tell him this, he doesn't break down like Victoria. Instead, he goes like, "Oh, sons of bitches!" He actually throws his soup in the air. You see him getting really
Oh,
pissed.
come on, man! I just give it to
I
you!
knew they'd hurt him. I told him not to go there, but he fucking knew they would. Oh, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna go get my old sword. I'm gonna shove it right up there. He's just basically going into a little rant now. This
I'm
is
just
probably like somewhere in his mid to late 80s. Like
I'm just trying to
old.
like calm him down, you know, like with just like putting my hand on his shoulder. All right, old timer, just settle down, all right? All right, my name is Inquisitor Atanas. I am in charge of the investigation. You said you told him not to go somewhere. Where exactly is that?
He wanted to know more about the folks who'd been going away, and he asked me if I knew anyone who might know, and I told him there was, well, there's those folks down the street. There's a bar known as the Wolf's Bane. They're not honest folk. Well, they're just plain mean, honestly. I told him they'd likely know. Then he went to go meet with them last night.
Okay, what do you mean by playing mean?
Well,
Like roughing up people, stealing, beating people in the street, or?
I wouldn't put it past them. There's no proof, but I'm certain they're behind most of the illegal activity. God damn, what is this voice?
Love it.
He's basically like pointing out the local gang in the neighborhood.
Right, and these people have been here for how long exactly?
Oh, this before my time.
Do they have some kind of group name? Some kind of cheesy, like the Deadly Vipers or the Alley Cats or something?
No, they just refer to themselves as the Butcher Row Boys.
Oh, so they do have a cheesy name.
Yeah.
Where might we find these Butcher Row Boys?
The Wolf's Bane, the place I just told you about. It's just down the street, and then he basically goes on like a little tirade of like, you go a left here or right here, go down this alley. If you've gone to this place, you've gone too far. But you basically get the directions of the bar that he is pointing to, or.
So yeah, do they own the bar, or are they just like regular patrons there?
They own it. It's owned by a feller named hold on here, Lumir. God, I'm gonna have to say this without the accent. Lumir Reznikov is the supposed owner of the bar.
I take it he's big time gangster.
Yeah.
Right, and by any chance, beside the Butcher Row Boys, have you seen any stranger figure hanging about in the recent days, no later than a few days ago?
Well, there were. What was it? Nathaniel, he was one of the fellers that disappeared, was talking about some shady-looking folk he ran into on the street. Didn't tell me much about it later. He disappeared before he could really tell me any more about it. He just... There's been some talk of strange folk. I mean, this is a strange city, but people started disappearing, so... Yeah.
Right, and when did those disappearance started?
Past couple days,
And are all those people from this area?
yeah, around these parts.
Right, and I'm assuming no bodies were found or anything, just people not showing up anymore.
Well, they wouldn't be called disappeared if they was found, dead
Right,
or otherwise.
very true. Alright, old timer, thank you very much for your time. Enjoy your soup.
Yeah,
You've been much help.
my soup. Oh.
Oh, right.
More soup! As he walks off to the counter.
I go back to, is Victoria still, is she better now, or is she still,
She's a little better
falling?
now.
Right.
She's wiping her eyes. She's...
I go back to her. Right. Those, disappearance. Old timer here said they started a couple days ago. Is that true, or is it longer than that?
A couple days. Which the attack at the ship that you happened roughly about 3 days ago.
Yeah, that's why I said
Yeah,
a couple of
yeah, a couple days. We just thought at first that our regulars were maybe just... We didn't think of much of it the first day, and the second day, kind of realized that it was a little off that few people weren't showing up.
Alright, if you have any more disappearance that you can spot tonight or tomorrow, please contact the Inquisition and ask for Inquisitor Athanaz. It's me. I would very much like to be made aware of this, if that's possible.
All right.
Alright, thank you for your time, and again, sorry for your loss. And I just walk away.
Yeah.
And I do not try the soup.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. It's honestly pretty gross.
Eddie's at the
Yeah,
door waiting for them.
It's mostly just soup is basically just water with stuff thrown in, but yeah, it's not the best.
Well, first off, the quality of the water is probably not great. Second off, the fish used in it you said was bad. I'm sure it didn't taste good. I don't even like seafood.
It's whatever fish is basically what do you call that again?
It's a
I don't know why
bottom
my
feeder.
brain... Yeah. It's the fish that is donated to them,
I see.
basically, by the local fishermen. So basically the fish that they aren't going to get any money for.
Alright, those disappearances are really bugging me. What do you guys think?
Well, it seems like we need to head to this. It's the Wolfsbane Tavern.
Yeah.
I agree. Alright, on we go.
Where are we going?
We have a gangster to go, we just want to talk with him.
Maybe the Inquisition disguises wouldn't help us here.
Yeah. I don't know, because, like, I feel like they won't take us seriously otherwise. They're probably not going to take us seriously either way.
True, but I don't think the Inquisition, wearing the Inquisition vestment will hurt us in this particular.
What is our game plan? What are like? I know we're going to this tavern, but what are we doing?
We're just looking for information, so no roughing up, no. Let's try to play nice.
So if we are just trying to get information, then Josiah's probably right, and it might be wise to try to play it a little bit more cool, and not wear the Inquisition outfits.
You know what, Kenneth? You are definitely better than me in those kind of things, so I will defer to your judgment in this.
Well, I'm deferring to Josiah's judgment, but I think that so like there are not just this. So we have one guy who's been murdered, but his body has been found, and then a whole bunch of locals who have gone missing, but have not been found. They've just gone missing, and it all
That
is.
is true, yeah.
And so like what the only connection that we have that is saying that this has to do with this local gang is this old guy. That's it. That's what we're going off of.
Well, the old guy said that Brother Zelimir, the victim, on the night he was murdered, was going to that bar and met with that gang.
So, I mean, I guess I'm confused, because if this gang is the one who killed Brother...
I doubt the gang killed Brother Zelimir. I highly doubt that was the case.
So...
Unless they are more than a street gang.
So, okay, so game plan then. When we get inside, you know, position outfits. Okay, so then what are we gonna do? Are we gonna who do we talk to? What do we ask? It seems to be. I mean, like I guess I am a bit conflicted on how we're gonna start this conversation without it getting a little bit dicey. Just walk in there and be like, "Hey, have you seen this guy who
Well,
died?"
we could just change outfit, as you said, because go in the bar as people who just wander by and they're just about
What do you think,
the
Josiah?
Brother Zelimir being found murdered.
I think it'd be better off if we play it off as friends or family of the brother and then ask them what they were doing or where he is or what happened to him.
I think
Wasn't the victim a tiefling?
No, it was actually a human, and
Oh, it was a human? Okay, no. Oh, the paladin was a tiefling.
yes, the paladin was a tiefling, and the brother himself. You actually did not get any sort of information on what god he worshipped. All of the gods are basically a part of like the same sort of organized pantheon. So when that one guy was saying like a member of their organization, he meant like he wasn't like a member of the Asmodeus religion. He was more of just a member of the church itself.
Oh, I thought the whole thing was just for Asmodeus.
Oh no, this entire the chapel itself worships the entire pantheon.
Got it.
If you were
Okay,
to
okay.
walk into like the actual cathedral, there are altars to every god.
Okay, okay, got
Within
it.
the
Yeah, I did
pantheon.
not know that. Yeah.
I think that is a good idea, Josiah. We could tell them that we had heard that he was that we had received confirmation that he came through last night. Do you think that we should play it off like we don't know that he's dead? Like we're just looking for him?
That would probably be best, or maybe
That
just
could
wait
work,
to play
yeah.
that card until it works best for us.
Okay. Who wants to do the talking?
You seem to like to talk, Canis.
I do, but I don't do a good job of convincing anybody of that.
I'll do the talking.
I have terrible charisma, so.
I have plus 2 charisma, I believe so.
I think I should do it, guys.
Eddie, I agree. I
Oh,
think out of all of us, you're the less. You're the one who seems like the most like like a normal person. I think. Well, you were Josiah, but I think that you probably could pull off being just somebody's worried brother.
I agree.
okay. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. I can
Plus,
do
Eddie
this.
in her natural state is always anxious and stuff. That will play perfectly.
I think maybe how we should handle this. So this is a tavern that we're going to, right?
Yes.
I think maybe the three of us should come in maybe a minute before Eddie, find a table, get a beer, and just pop a squat. Make sure that nothing bad happens, and then Eddie can come in so that he's not coming in as part of a big group. Seems a little bit more suspicious.
Okay. Yeah, that seems
Sounds good.
good.
All right. Well, Eddie, are you? I just want to make sure you're comfortable with this.
Eddie's just slapping himself in the face, like pumping himself up.
Don't worry, we're gonna be right there. We've got your back. If anything goes bad, you know, you've seen how, like, Atanas can kill a guy in like 2 seconds.
I look at
Even less.
you and like try to find the closest wood and just knock on it because you just said it.
All right, guys. All right, Eddie, give us 2 minutes and then come inside, okay?
Okay.
You all eventually find the tavern. Let's say you were probably having this conversation outside the tavern as you arrived, kind of like talking about your game plan.
Yeah, we would have made sure we were around the corner or something so that we weren't like right in front of it.
Well, as you guys are getting up to the door, about to enter, suddenly, off to your left, one of the windows breaks open and a guy is sent flying out of the building. You just see a guy tumble and he's like, at first you think he might be dead, but he just starts moaning and he's like hurt, but not dead. And if you like peek through the window, Atanas, you would be the one to like mostly notice this. You see a tall, armored tiefling currently grabbing a guy by the shirt and lifting him off the ground, yelling at him.
Oh god damn it!
You piece of shit! Tell me or you die!
I just immediately go in.
You go in, he sees you, he's like, oh, Inquisitor! I have found the murderers.
Right. Shut the fuck up right now. Put whomever you have down and follow me right here. Right outside now.
I'm gonna while that's going on, I'm gonna like I'm not gonna follow Atanas in, but I will beckon for Josiah, and I'm gonna kind of try to slide in like through the door and try to get a table.
As you are doing that, you guys are trying to like basically slide in. Just both of you roll just a stealth check. You know, actually, for the shit and giggles of this, either a stealth check if you're just trying to be sneaky, or a performance check to try and like, I'm just play it cool, basically.
I am just trying to play it cool, so I'll roll a performance check.
It's the same thing either way for me.
Alright. Okay, so while Candace is like trying to be like, yeah, he's just kind of strutting a little. Josiah's a little better. He's not. He kind of just slips in behind you. Eddie, you just hear a bunch of yelling from like around the corner. So what do you do?
Is that the sign? No. They said to wait 2 minutes. I will wait 2 minutes.
All right. So, as Canis and Josiah are just basically playing off, getting in here, Atanas, you are now in the middle of the tavern. trying to talk to this large paladin who isn't really taking your order. Like, he doesn't. He's part of the church. He doesn't really listen to the Inquisition, so he's just kind of looking at you like, I am doing what my oath demands. What have you been doing?
The same goddamn thing, you fucking idiot!
And yet I got here first.
Does it matter if you got it first? You're impeding with my investigation. Alright?
As you two are having this argument, suddenly a voice interrupts both of you. Alright, who the fuck is screwing up my bar? As you see a dwarvish fellow coming out of a back room and now looking at both of you.
I turn around and say, right, you stay right there, shut the fuck up, you're next. And I go back to the tiefling. Right, you, right now, you're impeding with my investigation. I do not like it. I will report it to my superior.
Atanas, what's like just your straight passive perception?
Give me a second. I think it's pretty good, but 14.
Oh wow, that is pretty good. So you're sitting here having this conversation, and it kind of piddles out as you kind of notice he wasn't the only one coming out of the back room, and there's about half a dozen armed men with heavy crossbows now coming into the bar. As he looks at you guys like, I repeat myself only once. What the bloody hell are you doing here, and why are you fucking up my bar?
Josiah's gonna draw a sword. It glows, by the way, it's like 30 feet of light.
I'm gonna look at Josiah, look at the guys with the crossbows, and then stand up and summon my suit of armor and also draw my sword.
Let me know when we hit the 2-minute mark, because I'm walking in.
You're all okay. So now we're all just sitting here. There are like roughly, I'd say probably close to 20 guys coming out of the back room. You're not sure how big that back room is, but if this is a place for gang members, this is probably their main hangout. There's probably some shit going on back there.
You see Atanas just sight, stop looking at the tiefling, turn around, goes to the boss, show his Inquisitor's badge. Right, I deeply apologize for this, and I turn around and point at the tiefling. Fucking poor excuse of a clergyman.
I really sitting there like the guy he is holding you would recognize as a bartender, as he is wearing like the apron and everything. And he's still holding him up.
Like, goddammit, put him down! Right, anyway, I deeply apologize. This is not how it was doing business. I am on an investigation for the Inquisition. I would really apologize if everybody would just calm down. And let's resolve this peacefully.
And it's about now that Eddie comes through the front door.
Eddie's just like,
you just come into this scene of like 20 random guys with heavy crossbows and all sorts of weaponry, a dwarfish figure who's sitting there like currently looking at Atanas, this large armored tiefling who is lifting like, who looks like the barman by one arm into the air, and then Josiah and Canis, like at this point, like what, you guys like ready for battle essentially? Your battle positions?
Yep.
This is what you walk into, Eddie.
I'm like literally holding an imaginary pizza box while looking at the fire around me. Like I don't understand what's happening, but I was told to act, so I'll be like, could I get a pint, please?
The entire room slowly turns their heads and just looks at you.
If that is okay, if not, I can just leave.
Yes, so good.
The dwarf is just like, oh, for bloody hell. Alright. Everyone calm the fuck down! Which he's more gesturing to his own men, kind of like giving the signal, lower your weapons. Let's just have a talk. If you wouldn't mind lowering my employee, as he gestures to the tiefling who is now just looking at this entire situation and kind of like slowly lowers the bartender to the ground.
I just put him down. Everybody calm down. This is a hard situation for everybody. Let's just solve it peacefully. Let's just talk. Alright? Are we good? And I look at the dwarf when I say that.
We're good. Now, why are you here?
Right. Is there is there any possibility you might want to close your bar so that nobody walks in and misunderstand the situation?
That's a good idea. Lads, he kind of like twirls his finger. The bartender just goes back to the bar. You watch as like half the people who came out from the back go back into the back room.
Was there some talk of a pint, maybe?
Yeah. That was me.
Right, sure, let's have a drink.
You got anything dark?
That's all we got. Right, this way, as he like kind of leads to this side room where he opens the door and it looks to be a sort of meeting room area with a long table and multiple chairs. This is probably where he does business. He enters and kind of just gestures you all to come in.
I'll be the first one to walk in the room. And I would gesture like everybody to come as well.
Eddie's still lost. Like, am I supposed to still be acting or not? So it was like, do I take the pint in there or
I would
out
look
here?
at Eddie and just like gesture him to come with us as well.
He'll bring the drinks.
Okay.
As you all enter the room, is there anyone who doesn't want to enter the room?
I definitely want to inspect like everything. Like I want to be very like nosy as we make our way back there to try to see like
Alright,
what the deal is. Like, are we gonna get locked in here? You know, like what? You know.
Make a perception check.
Okay.
You walk in and it looks like a normal room at first, but you do notice like up near like a corner of a ceiling area, sort of like on the wall near like an upper ceiling, there are these little slits that kind of look like they almost look like they're decorative, but they could also be used for firing crossbows through. Just in case maybe some business went bad. Who knows?
I will make.
That's about it.
I will make note of that. I won't say anything though, but I will make sure that my seat is not lined up with any of them.
That's a little difficult as the table position is basically set up to where you're going to be sitting in front of those things no matter what.
Okay, well I won't sit then. I'm gonna stand in the corner.
All right.
I'll stand next to him.
I'm gonna since we're standing real close to each other, is there anybody like really really close to us, or can I whisper to Josiah?
Basically, the armored tiefling individual is not sitting and just kind of like stands there next to the door near you.
Okay, well I'll whisper to Josiah. Look at the slits on the wall. Booby trapped. Keep your head about you.
Eddie sits down on the chair.
Okay. You sit at the table. The dwarf takes kind of like the head of the table. Two of his men have come in with him. Mostly is probably his personal bodyguard. One standing next to the door, and the other standing kind of like off to his side next to him, just to act as like backup in case something happened.
We'll see immediately in front of the boss,
Right.
like right across him.
What is the name of the dude that died? That's supposed to be my brother.
Wait,
You
was that the story that you were his brother? Because that
Yeah.
man was like in his 70s. How old is Eddie?
18.
Wow. Okay.
Well,
I'm
Tannis
just gonna
didn't
say
tell
Old
us that.
people, fuck!
Yeah.
Tannis didn't tell us this.
I don't even think I knew he was that old.
Oh yeah, he was an older gentleman. Pretty sure I mentioned. Yeah. Well, whatever. You know now. Yeah. So you all kind of sit down. Drinks are brought in. Anyone who wants one can get one.
I will take a drink
If
and
you don't mind me asking, do you normally negotiate with people downwind of loaded crossbows?
Only when they come into my bar and wreck it.
I'm sorry. I feel like this is all my fault. I
Eddie,
was just-
Eddie. I will just like tell her like
we
not now.
we pumped
Like
Eddie up
gesture
to
her
talk,
like
and then
not
it's like,
now.
Eddie, shut up.
Okay.
I didn't say not now. I would just like with my hand I would just like tell her to like either like stop or like like yeah just like make a gesture so like no.
Alright. Now we got our drinks. We're all settled down. There's no active violence. Please, would you like to explain to me why you're in my bar?
Right. First of all, sir, what is your name? How may I address you?
My name is Lemir Reznikov. And yours?
Right, Mr. Reznikov. My name is Atanas, Inquisitor. Atanas.
Right, I got that from your friend. He gestures to the tiefling.
I look at the tiefling. I'm like, fuck that guy. In my mind, that's what I say. Right. Listen, I'm gonna be direct with you and frank, and I hope that you could do the same with me, please. I am investigating the murder of Brother Zelimir, who, as you may know, was a regular helper at the soup kitchen not too far from here.
As you say his name, there is sort of a... His face does kind of like... He makes a face. He makes like a... Oh, shit face.
We know he was here last night,
He was here.
And
and now he's dead.
we are
Fancy that.
right. That is true, but we are trying to retrace his steps. We know he was at the soup kitchen until it closed, which roughly around 10 p.m. He stayed a little behind, and we got some information that he was coming here to probably talk to you or some of your fellow employees about some disappearance that occurred over the recent days. And as you can imagine, he was found dead this morning, so please enlighten me.
Aye, he was here last night. He came asking about people going disappearing. I'll tell him the same thing. I'll tell you the same thing that I told him. Past couple of days, about 5 of my own men have gone missing, or haven't reported in. After the first day, I had a few of my folk doing the rounds, you could say, keeping an eye out, seeing what was what. 3 more disappeared after that. Then the good brother came in here asking about him. I told him that the men that I had sent to scout out near the sort of southern western portion of the neighborhood over near the Gold Cliffs hadn't reported back. And he had decided to go look for him. Now me, I may be many things, but I'm not a cruel man. I'm not gonna let this religious folk come in here and do things his own way, or leave him to the wolves, as you would say. I sent two of my men with him, act as sort of bodyguards. Neither of those two came back this morning. And from what you tell me of what happened to the dear brother, it's unlikely they're ever gonna come back.
Right, and the first disappearance, when did it occur? You said like 2 days ago?
We first noticed roughly 2 days ago. A few men didn't show up. Originally thought that maybe they just got drunk. Sent a few boys to go talk some sense into them. See if they weren't a little hungover. They weren't at home. So they went asking about, and no one's seen them for a day or so. Then, the following evening, more of my folk went missing. That's when I started doing the rounds. Then brother,
Zelimir.
Zelimir showed up, asking about him. I told him about my own folk disappearing, and he went a looking.
Right, and I'm assuming your folk are not people that would easily be taken, I'm assuming.
I'd like to think so.
Alright, so not only is those disappearances occurred on less than fortunate folk who probably were helpless in the street, but also we could safely assume seasoned brawlers, people who are accustomed to a brawl, to a fight, that will not let themselves be taken without at least fighting back, I'm assuming.
Aye, you'd
That
be
is troublesome.
assuming right.
Did you, in the day prior to the day and night prior to the disappearance starting, did any of your folk reported any strange sighting of maybe a strange person or people that they hadn't seen before, or maybe wearing strange things, anything like that? Anything that could really help me?
Well, one of my men did come in here talking about some Zorzarian looking folk. They don't typically come to this neighborhood, so that was a bit peculiar. They didn't get a good look at his face, but he was dressed in some sort of yellow outfit with a pale grey cloak. And saw him walking through some of the alleys. It was just a bit peculiar, because their type don't really show up around this neighborhood too often. They don't really have a lot of business here.
Right, and do you remember where was that sighting?
I think it was just off one of the back streets, maybe a little bit to the west of the neighborhood. As you guys are having this conversation, you suddenly hear a massive impact at the door. Now, when I say massive impact, like the door itself slightly splinters as everyone just kind of like jumps.
I jump and draw my weapon, looking at the door, ready for anything that comes out.
I probably, my first reaction would have been to jump and look towards the slits We're
You do currently no arrows or bolts are shooting.
I would actually put myself between, like, if Eddie was between the door and myself, I would put Eddie behind me and then draw my weapon.
All right.
I will crouch a little bit and hold my shield in front of me.
Right, you do
And I
so.
would yell like, "What the fuck?"
Lumiere also gets up, like, you see him, like, grab something from below the table, and he pulls out this, like, large battle axe.
Shotgun.
I didn't have time to put that on his character sheet, sorry. I was gonna go with the blunderbuss, but
Oh, that would have been cool.
yeah. One of the guards, like, near the door is, like, pulling out, on the other side of the door, the paladin has pulled out his weapon, which is this sort of large two-handed mace with a lot of, like, spikes at the end. As you're all just looking at the door, you see from the crack underneath the door a pool of blood begin to flow in.
that's
Just
not
like
good.
trickle in.
That's not creepy at all.
I will have my sword out now. I'll probably be two-handing it and pointing it towards the door.
Josiah's gonna like draw his sword, which like glows, and then he is gonna activate his it's like whatever ability, and he'll like start glowing, like his hair like glows gold, and he has like wings on his back.
So I take it
I
this
would
is
gi-
more excitement than you see on the normal day, huh?
Is there any
Like-
guard or anybody by the door at that time?
Yes,
At the-
there's currently one guard right next to the door who has like his weapon drawn and is just kind of like looking at the door. And then on the opposite side of him, there is the paladin who has his big ass mace kind of just sitting.
I would
ready.
just like, I would just, I mean, the impact almost like broke the door, right?
It didn't break it. There's a slight splintering. It wasn't like heavy enough to like. Looking at this door, you feel like this is a heavy door. Like this door was built to take a pounding. There's just a slight crack going through it now.
I will slowly make myself like go on the side of the wall and go towards the door, and like signal, like just look at the. Be ready to open the door. And I just wait a couple seconds, see if there's any impact or anything comes out of the door first.
Just make a perception check for me, real fast. Alright, so you're waiting and nothing else seems to hit the door. But you do hear like the slight movement on the other side, like in the room on the other side, like maybe like a chair falling over or something getting moved. And you hear these strange sounds, like these like almost bestial-like sounds coming from the other side of the door.
Is there a somewhere that I can look out of the door? Or is the door completely like shut? There's nowhere to look through. Like there's no open.
There
open
actually
open.
is near the top of the door. There's a little like eye slit type little door thing you can open and like look.
I will
through
try
the other
to.
side.
I will try to just take a peek and see what, like, slowly open, as slowly as possible, and just take a peek and see what's going on.
You slowly open it. Just make a sleight of hand. Just like it's not going to be a very high DC, but just to see how careful you are at opening the thing. All right, yeah, you open it without making too much noise. You look through and you see the bar, not like destroyed, not like somebody came through here like destroying the furniture, but you do see a number of the people who were out here helping to fix the place up. A lot of them are currently lying on the floor, not moving. You see the bartender actually like partway over the bar, kind of just hanging there. And as you're looking, suddenly there's like a little flinch of movement as the bartender is pulled back behind the bar, and you hear this sort of gnawing And as you keep looking, a hand comes up on the other side of the bar. Gray skin, these long fingers that come to these claws. The face itself is somewhat humanoid, but the eyes are completely milk white. Head is completely bald. It's got these slightly pointed ears, and where there would be this like sort of gnarled mouth, the bottom jaw is just completely gone. The upper jaw area is just a bunch of like sharp, jagged teeth, and there's just this long tongue hanging out from it as this humanoid creature climbs up onto the bar and kind of looks around. It makes this like little sound, and then you hear other movement. You see like climbing from underneath tables and just kind of like moving throughout the room are more of these things.
How many do I count that I can see in the room at this moment?
As you are now looking, with that perception check, there are roughly 10 of these gray-skinned creatures, and then you see other movement as behind some of the tables that had fallen over stands up this almost humanoid-looking figure, but their skin is almost degraded, like they are in the middle of rotting. Two of these figures get up, and you see them like, you see one holding a severed arm, and the other just covered in blood, as appears they are eating.
Taz, we need to get
me.
out there.
I just, and that's all I see. There's no like nothing new. Just 10 of those creatures plus 2 rotting corpses eating stuff.
Yep.
Got it. I will just turn it around and say,
So now that I have described the room, I'm just gonna go ahead and send you guys to the combat area, just so you get like a better visual.
I have no idea what those gray creatures are, right? I've never met them before.
Yeah, no, you would never have seen anything like this.
Got it. So I turn around and I just like signal everybody to gather around me,
Yep.
and I just alright. There are how big are those creatures? Like the gray ones, like
The gray ones,
yeah.
Okay, so the majority of them are small, but there are like a couple. So basically, all the ones that look like this are small, and the ones that look like this are medium. And the creatures right here are also medium.
Okay, so I would go and say, okay, there are about 10 monstrosities creature, long nails, weird mouth, long. Anyway, that we can probably take care of them. The thing that troubles me is that there are also 2 rotting corpses that are eating your. And I turn to the owner of the bar. Your dead employees. I'm afraid nobody's that I could see nobody's alive anymore in that room. And
Tannis,
is
we
there
need to
another
get out there.
exit? Is there another exit, or are we gonna have to fight?
How there's no way you know that nobody's alive out there. We gotta go out there, Tannis. We gotta help. We gotta do something.
But hold on. He moves over and kind of goes near you, Eddie. And he's like, out of the way, lad. Kind of pushes through, and sort of like near this area, he does kind of point up. There's like a little sort of hidden latch thing that seems to lead up to the stairwell.
I'm gonna like look incredulously at it, and then I'm gonna look at the paladin. You're not just gonna run away, right? Come on, we need to go out there. There's what if somebody's alive out there? We gotta help.
You're having this conversation, Atanas, and the paladin is actually looking like he's pretty much ready to just kick this door down.
Guys, I'm not saying to run away. I'm just saying we need to think about this strategically. There are more of them
If,
that there
if
are of
somebody
us.
is alive out there, we don't have time to think about this strategically. We need to
Canis,
save
first rule of engagement, you think about yourself first. If you die, you're not helping anybody.
I don't care if I die. Come on, we need to get out there. Candace is gonna start pushing towards the door. I have every intention of going
I
out
just
there.
put my body between Canis and the door.
Josiah's gonna help Canis get through the door. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, we
need to go.
gotta help these people. If there's anybody out there that there's even a chance that we can save somebody, we need to go.
As you
I'm
guys
with
figure out,
Canis.
The paladin is also wanting to get out there. So Atanas, you basically would have to stop 4 people from pushing through.
You're outnumbered on this, Inquisitor. Get out of the way.
The 2 other, like, I'm gonna say that you're probably pushed over here, Eddie, as the 2 others are coming here. These guys look like they're basically about ready to just like go through the entrance to the stairwell and come in through there.
Yeah, I'm going to the stairwell as well.
All right, so
Trying
we'll
to
say
flank them
we'll
if
just
I
put you
can.
there for now. Who wants to step out of the door first? You
I-
want to let the paladin, or do you want
I'll do
to?
it.
No, wait, what's your armor class? Because I basically have a full suit of plate armor, so I'll
18.
okay. Alright, mine's 19, so I mean either way.
I'll go up.
Alright. I'll be right behind you.
All right.
I'll go next.
Put you right about there and put you right about there. All right. I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative
We're gonna save
as
these
we are
people.
getting ready for this. I have so many things to roll here.
Oh fuck, I
So
forgot to
first-
click on Canis.
Oh wow, they rolled low. This guy. He also rolled low. Let's see if I can get like one of your allies to roll high here.
I rolled
Hey, the
I
the paladin.
re-rolled so that I'd be on there, but I got a 9.
all right.
Not a 12. Or not a 14 rather.
Yeah, you got a 9. Then the monsters. These are the. You got a 7. Oh crap! I accidentally exited out one of the character sheets.
Looks
Why did I put
looks
so
like I'm
many
going out
enemies?
first, Josiah. Can me and Josiah switch places since I got higher on the initiative?
Well, we're gonna go through a surprise round first. Since you guys are surprising them, but I mean, yeah, you got higher on the initiative. Like Josiah, you were just a little too slow.
If
on
we have
the,
a surprise round, it's cool.
I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't really like. Okay, so
Because if we have a surprise round, I'm gonna move on it, so I won't be in the doorway.
there's. Have I rolled the?
Well,
okay,
but
yeah,
I
have
still
to
go
roll
before
these
you on
guys.
the surprise round.
It's fine.
Okay, they got a 9, and then these things. Wow, a lot of low initiatives tonight.
Yeah, if everybody rolls low, then nobody rolled low.
Yep.
Okay, so making sure everything's on there. Okay, yeah. So surprise round. Since this is like the enemy is just being surprised, basically. Yeah, I guess we'll go players first, then I'll do the NPCs afterwards. So let's see. Actually, let's start with Canis, who is at the door.
I
Canis?
didn't mean to click that.
No, wait, I'm gonna give him Bardic Inspiration. Just
Okay, yeah, Eddie, it's your turn. What are you gonna do for the surprise round?
give Canis Bardic Inspiration.
Let's
Alright,
go.
Canis, you got some. What do you tell Canis to inspire him?
I am proud of your commitment to protect these people. I know we can do it.
Let's make it worth it.
Alright. Anything else, Eddie?
No. That's it. Let him get out first.
Okay,
Alright.
I'm gonna throw the fucking door open. Just
Right,
like
you do
kick it open.
There's like a little latch. Well, it's more of like a pull-in.
Hmm.
You can't really kick it open, but you pull it open very dramatically.
And then I'm just gonna sprint out of here. Let's see. That's 10, 15 feet. Can I go over the table? Is it difficult terrain if I go over the table?
Yes. The tables are kind of like pushed over and everything. So if you're going through that area, it would be difficult terrain as there is a large object blocking
So that's
you.
10, 15, 25, 30 I can get here. I'm gonna hex this dude. And I'll give him. Sorry, I don't do the damage yet. I meant to link that. I will give him disadvantage on. Let's do disadvantage on dexterity. And then I am going to cast Arcane Blade. Actually, I'll do Green Flame Blade. So as I'm running up towards him and kind of drawing my sword and swinging it behind my head, I'm going to brandish my hand and cast the hex on him, kind of like shooting.
Before
like
you start, let's see here. I gotta check something. But no, not that. Oh yeah, that's a line. Okay, there we go. Yeah, you would have been starting with it. So as soon as you exit the room, I need you to make. I think it's a wisdom saving throw. Let me check here. Yeah, I need you to just make a wisdom saving throw as you are exiting out the door. All right, you hear this, like, one of these creatures, like a couple of them are making this weird whistling sound. Like, whatever it was supposed to do, you shake it off. You're good.
Alright.
Continue. So you use Green Flame Blade?
Yep, so my sword is going to burst to light with green fire. Let me just check all these boxes here. So I get Hex and Green Flame Blade. Oh, I didn't put Green Flame Blade on. Well, it's still just, it's 1d8, so that's the same as Arc Blade, just with fire. And then if I hit, I am going to Life Drain it and War Mage Edge it as well for extra damage. So here we go. And I'm swinging with two hands.
Right. That is a hit. Right, how much of that is necrotic?
So the 1d8 is fire, and then the +3 is fire, and then the and then the rest of it is necrotic. So let's see, that's 3 and
That's
3.
a lot of math.
So 6 of it is fire damage. So 7 of it is necrotic damage.
7 is necrotic. All right. So as you come in, that's a grand total of 23. It seems to be a little resistant to the necrotic damage that you deal to it, so that's more, so half a 7, always round down, I believe is the rule.
Yeah.
So that would be 3.
Yep.
Alright, so that'd be 20 points of damage as you come in and just do a massive slice across this creature as it kind of like pushes back. And you see this almost zombie-like twisted creature in front of you now. As you cut a chunk of it off. Ugh, the leg it was gnawing on just lost.
And that's action and bonus action, so I'm done.
Alright, next up is Atanez.
Alright, can I...
Did I freeze? I did freeze. Damn it.
I'm gonna move right there.
Hold on, my thing's going a little slow here. Yeah, the new measurement tool seems to make things go a little slower when you're moving it like the way you're doing it.
And I am going
Um,
to cast.
all right, there we go. That's it's back. All right.
I'm going to cast this. I'm gonna cast Spectral Slash.
Okay, so send forth a
Uh,
spectral copy of yourself. Distract any. Oh, that's pretty.
Which I
sweet.
don't know why it didn't roll. Anyway. I'm gonna roll d20, see if it hits. Which I'm assuming it does, because that would be plus proficiency plus.
All right. Which one you going for?
The one that Canis just hit.
That one. Okay. Also, right before you do all this, make a wisdom saving throw
Sure, no problem.
as you came into the room. All right. You also seem to you hear a strange whistling in the air. You push it off, so your attack goes through. All right. So roll for damage on the creature.
So first you see like a spectral version of Atanas flying through the room and deal 1 point of damage.
All right.
And then you see Atanas being like recalled to his specter right here, and then I am going to do 2 attacks with my katana.
All right. You come in and do 2 attacks with your katana. Both hit.
Oh, damn.
This creature doesn't like. They just hit, so like right on the dot.
Nice.
So that is 13 plus 3, so 16, 23 points of total damage.
And if that creature is still alive, I would spend 5 hit points to do an extra 10
It is
radiant
still alive.
damage.
As you come in and do another extra 10 radiant. It's like as Canis came in and just slashed this creature, you come in doing 2 more slashes, and this thing is like, it went from looking pretty monstrous to now looking like barely holding itself together.
I would growl and like turn my head towards Atanas and be like, ugh, choose your own targets. We've got a lot to deal with. I can handle my own.
I don't even reply, I don't even care what he said, and that's the end of my turn for me.
Alright, still in the surprise round. Octavius, you're up.
Alright, first I cast Shield of Faith on myself, so as he comes flying into the room, like a gold shield kind of like starts to materialize around him. And then he'll draw the sword and make a slash with it against the bottom one.
Against the bottom one? Alright. Ooh.
You know, we popping off out here.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Nice.
as you come in, golden shield and wings flying into the room, you draw your sword to come in, and the creature just like, it got up, looked in your direction, and was just like, it just stepped back. You were such a bright target coming towards it that it just kind of like stepped out of the way. It saw you coming.
Kind of takes a defensive stance. That's my turn.
Actually, in surprise rounds, are you guys supposed to have advantage on your attacks?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay.
God, that would be so
Let's look you
fucking
up
busted.
hidden.
Dude,
Yeah, that'd be only
Right?
if
so
you were hidden.
surprise rounds
Yeah.
are already so busted, but like that, Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been.
Imagine that, and then you have like an assassin rogue in your party too.
Dude, okay, so the
Alright,
first
next,
first fucking campaign I ever ran, I thought that if one person snuck in, that they should get a surprise round every combat. So dumb. Anyway.
Alright. Next up are the NPCs. So, the dwarf is going to crawl up here. Look down the stairs. Does he have any range? Nah, he just has a battle axe, so he is going to run that dwarven distance. So it's fine. He makes it about there. Oh, he's within swinging distance of one guy. As he comes in with his battle axe and makes 2 strikes. First one hits, second one misses. As he comes in, cleaves part of this creature, but as the creature turns, it sees him and moves out of the way of the next attack. After him are the 2 bandits who are just gonna like come out here, and they are just going to use their light. You see them pull out light crossbows and make some shots. One is going to shoot this guy behind the counter, and the other one's going to shoot the one that's kind of just standing up here eating the bartender. So first shot. Okay, so the first guy who's trying to shoot the one behind the bar, kind of like actually moves the crossbow out of the way as he sees his boss standing right in front of him, but the other guy who's on the stairs fires and hits this other one on the bar for a total of 9 points. That is it for the bandits. Next we have the other NPC, because I'm just going to have all the NPCs go at once. He is going to go 5, 10. Well, actually, no. Seeing the one creature down south that is not surrounded by enemies, 75. Yeah, he'll just be able to make it there, and he's going to make 2 attacks with his great mace, which is basically just a maul that looks like a mace. Okay. That doesn't do jack shit! The +7 day shit. Yeah, you just see this guy come in, swing it wide twice. The creature just like move out of the way both times.
I feel his pain.
But that is the end of the surprise round. So starting back up at the top, it is the guy's turn again, and he's going to attempt to try and not do so shitty this time as he makes 2 more maul attacks.
Yeah, protect the innocent. Let's go.
So, the first maul attack instantly wipes this creature out, and he comes in over here behind this one and comes in for the second attack, dealing 13 points of damage to this creature. And next up is Eddie.
Can you remind me how many bouncies my shield has?
I think you had a thing on your sheet. It's a max of like 4, and I think you used 1? Or no, that would have been the previous night. So if you guys woke up this morning, then you'd have 4.
No, so it hits. I can do it for 4 enemies that are how far apart?
Yeah. Okay, that's okay. The distance, yeah, 10 feet. So yeah, as long as they're within 10 feet of each other, you can just like ping pong it.
Okay, so I'm gonna target this one that's on the top of me, like
that one.
And hopefully if it hits the next one and the next one and the next one. Let's see.
Get it.
All right.
For fuck's sake.
Damn.
Oof. Okay, as you throw your shield, Captain America style, the creature who is looking at this dwarf, it almost like it's like lurching down, preparing to attack the dwarf, like right at the wrong moment, and your shield goes right over it, hits the wall behind it, and bounces back to your arm.
That's it for my turn.
Damn.
Alright, next up are the Whistlers. Oh, yeah, I forgot to have everyone make wisdom saves. So, I don't think it's going to really affect anything, because this is pretty low DC, but Eddie,
I'm fucked.
Okay, Eddie, you are frightened, so that would explain why you missed. So we'll have, let's go for that for frightened. I'm gonna have to roll the bandits. That is a wisdom save. Both of them make it, so they are not frightened. I don't think, not Octavius, but Josiah, I don't think you had rolled one, did you?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll a wisdom save for me. Yeah, you make it, and then the dwarf fellow. All right, so he is frightened. Yeah, so I'm just gonna. Yeah, we'll just leave it for there. He didn't do that much damage. That guy. I think that is everyone. So everyone's. Oh wait, yeah, the paladin. Let's watch this guy fail and be frightened. Wisdom save. Nope, he makes it. Alright, so all of you who made it, you're now immune to any sort of frightening
Let's
that these
go.
creatures cause, but the one NPC and Eddie are frightened. Next,
Fun.
the actual whistlers themselves are going to have their turn. This one's going to move forward and kind of climb over the bar towards you, Atanez, and it is going to use its Soul Drain. But it rolls a natural one as the creature like comes up, and unlike the others which have teeth, this one almost just has a mouth that, like, as it's pulling open, it's just like these string pieces of flesh, like these slits in this like weird mouth as it tries to like almost suck away part of your life force, but doesn't. This one's going to move forward. Actually, yeah, you are also the closest to it as it comes in, and that one is also going to attempt a soul drain on you. Does a 20 hit?
Barely.
All right. You take 20 points of necrotic damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Isn't that 13?
13. Yeah. Sorry, brain.
No problem.
I need to drink more of this. So you take 13 points of necrotic and make a Constitution saving throw for me.
All right. Is it a melee spell or?
It is melee. Yes. It is kind of like it just kind of like comes in and like as it like grabs onto you, it's less of it like making a physical attack and more like its hands are going through you and pulling part of your essence out of you.
Got it. All right. So you said 13.
Yep.
And con save?
Yep. Alright, you save. This next one is going to kind of get around its friends, come down here and attack the paladin. That definitely hits, dealing 7 points to the paladin. And I need him to make a Constitution save. He fails.
Man, this guy sucks.
Much part of his life force beginning to get sucked out. Ugh. And that is it for the Whistlers. Yes. Canis, you are up.
Okay. How bad off does this guy look?
He looks pretty fucking bad.
Okay. Then... Well, I'm gonna try to finish him off then. I am going to cast... Well, first things first... that's an action. Fuck. Should have cast that before we went out. Alright, well, whatever. I'm just gonna go full offense. I will cast Insightful Maneuver to force this guy to get vulnerability to fire damage. I also want to know if he's got any other vulnerabilities.
He has a vulnerability. Any vulnerabilities?
Yep.
He does not have any vulnerabilities.
I didn't think so, but I thought I would figure it out.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna cast Green Flame Blade and come in again for another Green Fire Strike. This time I don't have a lot of the bonuses, but I still have some other stuff, so... Okay, so...
That is a hit.
and it's 3 fire, so 16 fire doubled. So 32 fire damage, and then 1 necrotic damage. So 33 damage, even with the resistance to necrotic, don't have one, so 33 damage.
Okay, how much is that as fire? Wait.
Everything's fire except
okay,
for
so-
one.
This thing, you did a shit ton of damage, and this thing does have, it looks like like its body was trying to put itself back together, but you did so much damage that, its undead fortitude, oh, I should make these public rolls, does not work, because you did so much damage, it can't possibly save from that. So, you just come in and cleave this creature in twain.
I'm as a reaction, I am going to put my hex on this guy with also dexterity.
Which one? Hold on, I was
Okay.
looking at a thing outside. That one?
Mhm.
Okay. Shit. So,
And
X moves through him.
actually, no, fuck it. I'm gonna put it on the other big guy.
Alright.
And then that's it for my turn.
Alright, Atanas, you're up.
All right. God, there's a lot of them. I'm gonna attack this one right here.
Alright. That just hits as you come in and do 14 points of damage, striking into it. It kind of like reels back, looking at you, kind of a little pissed.
And I am going to. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to spend 5 more hit points and deal 10 extra damage to that one, radiant damage to that one.
Alright. Still standing.
And I am going to hit him again.
Alright. Unfortunately,
Damn
you
it.
come in. After that first strike, the creature kind of just pulled back, and your second strike just doesn't connect.
And let me see.
I think I might hit harder than you
Yep,
do
that's
now,
it for
Atanas.
me. What do you say?
I think I might hit harder than
Um,
you do now, Atanas.
Okay, so it's almost
That
9
is true.
o'clock. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to take a 10-minute break right here before these guys go, because it's almost 9 o'clock. I just want to get that break in.
Get that break in.
So come back at about 10 after. So it'll be about a 13-minute break.
Okie dokes.
All right.
I need everyone to start like going down so I can like show you all my crazy healing skills.
No, see, but this is the
Well, you
thing. This
got
is Mike is pulling out the classic DM trick, where right after you level up, the first combat is pretty easy because they want you to feel like you've really got some really cool new abilities, you know.
Well, also I'm a new DM and I don't know what it's like to have a level 5 party.
But no, straight up, like every first combat that I do
Yeah,
after they
because-
level up, it feels good to have like one where it's like, man, you guys feel really powerful.
I was pretty sure, like, yeah, like, honestly, if Ava and Casey were here, you guys would probably just, this would be a short combat. Alright.
I feel pretty good about this build.
Yeah.
I hit like a truck now. Sorry, Mike.
Yeah, you do. Like, you made them vulnerable. Wait, is all the damage you do with that fire? Because you were like,
Yes.
what?
So I changed.
Oh,
Green Flame Blade changes the base damage to fire damage. Also adds a D8 of fire damage. So I pretty much everything that I rolled except for the 1 on the D whatever, the D6 for Hex was fire damage. And then I gave him vulnerability to fire.
It's just easier to make the attack like with your sword because it just like changes the type, right?
Yeah, I mean that's what my build is about. So I give them vulnerability to a specific type of damage, and I can change my sword attacks to various types of damage using cantrips.
Okay,
So-
I'm reading Green Flame Blade. It doesn't say that it changes your attack type.
Oh, maybe I'm.
It says you make a melee attack with it against one creature within 5 feet of you. On a hit, the creature suffers the weapon attack's normal effects. It just adds fire damage.
Okay, well then I would have done it with Arc Blade, which does change it to lightning damage.
All right.
But either way, I just thought Green Flame Blade worked the same way as all of the other blade cantrips that do change your damage type. But I have like 6 blade cantrips, so... And they all pretty much do the same thing. I even have another fire one that also... You know, so it's like whatever, you know?
Jesus. Yeah, creatures are gonna learn fast. Take out that guy.
Dude, I'm telling you, like, nobody's gonna be able to go down.
You guys made an OP group, didn't you? Alright, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Bruh, I literally just made a cleric. Cleric's just like this.
I did spend a while trying to figure out how to get the highest amount of damage.
I like mess with some healing stuff so I could like find some cool combos to do, but like that was like honestly even after like the build was kind of made, so.
I couldn't let myself be outdone by Atanas.
Yeah, Ten has been the beast of this group for a while now.
Yeah, I just assumed that Green Flame Blade worked like the other ones. Like, this one specifically says, on a hit, the target suffers the weapon's attack normal effect, except that any damage dealt by the attack is lightning damage. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's good to know. So Green Flame Blade does not work with, like, Insightful Maneuver.
Yeah.
Oh, and I would have gotten to deal extra damage to this guy too. I forgot to roll that. Because it arcs.
Oh yeah. 'Cause
Either the arc or the
yeah, the
fire
green
would have
flame.
shot off. Which, either way, it's 2d8. Or 2d6, rather. So... Let me just roll that real quick.
Alright. Still up.
The funny thing is I could probably do better damage than this if I just went straight Evocation Wizard. I don't think it would be as fun.
Fireball, fireball, fireball.
Yeah, I fireball, I shape it. I fireball, I shape it. I fireball, I shape it.
Scorching ray. Scorching ray.
It's like, alright, we get it. You do big fuck all damage to every creature.
Bro, I'm like debating. I feel like I should just go into the middle of this room and cast Spirit Guardians.
Bro, that spell is busted.
For real.
There's like one of the in one of the like modules, the what is it, Horde of the Dragon Queen? There's that like cleric or whatever, Mondoth or something. who they have to fight like very early on in the module. It's like the level 2 dungeon or some shit. And she knows Spirit Guardians. The one time that I ran that, she cast Spirit Guardians and then just kited around the room, like, and like, I ripped the party apart. And she ended up like, she literally won the fight. And I had to bail them out with some NPCs because they got just shit on so hard by that spell.
Horde of the Dragon Queen does that a couple times where they just like throw like literally just an unbeatable villain at you just for the fucks of it.
Yeah.
Is that the one where there's like there's literally like a
It opens with an adult blue dragon.
Yeah, like it opens to the adult blue dragon that's like their champion.
Dude,
or
and
some
not
shit,
even
or the
worse than the blue dragon is actually the paladin that wants to challenge somebody to like fight or whatever. He is so fucking strong that like whoever goes out to fight him is basically like, yeah, you're gonna die. Have fun with that.
Dude, okay, so like the time that I ran that, I did this gigantic fucking spread. So like it was like I had like modified the module slightly so that they were, when they were out on one of the missions, when they were coming back to the keep, the dragon came in and attacked, and it was like a big like super climactic battle where they were like on one side of the table, and there was this huge battle map with all these like ruins and stuff between them and the keep, and they had to get to the keep while the dragon was like flying in and attacking stuff, and there was goblins and all this shit going on, or not goblins, cultists and all this shit, you know. And during this big set piece battle, you know, like 3/4 of the party were sticking together and like trying their best and like, you know, like enjoying the epicness of the moment. There was this one girl who, like, she was a friend of Kristen's from high school, but, like, more of an acquaintance who was playing with us. And she, like, ran off from the party by herself and then proceeded to, like, go into one of the ruined buildings and, like, get in a fight with a whole group of cultists while she was, like, on the other side of this gigantic battle map from the rest of the party. And, like, she wouldn't back down. She just kept trying to fight them, and she ended up, like, getting beaten. So her character died, and she was pissed off at me about it. She was like, well, that was just a really shitty thing to do, you know? And it's like, I gave you so many chances to, like, get out of there. Like, I don't know what you were doing. I told you it was a bad idea, you know? But, like,
having both played and run that game, like, every single one of those buildings is like a full party fight. Like,
yeah. No,
like, those buildings had some intense-ass fights in them, so it's like...
And so then... right after that, she makes a new character. We just, like, the next session, we open with her new character was introduced because he was, like, in the keep while all this was happening, doing other stuff to help, and then joins the party, you know? And the first thing that happens is the duel with this half-dragon paladin. Or it was, like, halfway through the session. And he insists, even though he had just like rolled up a bard or a rogue or like some kind of stealthy class, she insists that her character is the one that needs to go out and duel this paladin. And then she's like taunting him and shit, and like yeah, I mean, it ended badly for her. And I didn't kill her. All I did was like downed her, because that's what the module suggests that you do, is you down them, and then like there's like a cleric or something that reses you, and it's like, well, hey, thanks for at least standing up for us. And like that was my intention. I was gonna res her, and like she was gonna get a reward for it, but she flipped the fuck out at me because I killed a second character in a second session, and she literally broke the fucking mini that she was using, and then stormed out of my house, and then texted Kristen a bunch about how I'm a terrible DM and I don't know what I'm doing, and like all this shit. And it's just like, alright, well, I don't want that person at my house ever again. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
God. I am never going to ever have to experience that.
Yeah, I've had a lot of really bad D&D
Unless
players.
one of you turn shitty.
I've had like a lot of really bad D&D players. So
I've had like 3 or 4, but they all only stayed for like one session until they were like, it was like, hey, our session's kind of like, our table's kind of full, you know. I
Right,
had
everybody
this.
back?
Yep.
Hell yeah, let's kill these fucks.
Simon? How long
I'm
till-
back.
Okay, you're right. Alright, next up were the Morag. The name of thing. Morag. Yeah. Whatever the fuck these things are. Well, this thing's kind of caught between the paladin and the cleric. The paladin did some damage to it, so it's going to go up to the paladin. So once with its bite attack, that does not hit, and once with its slam attack, that does hit. So it tries to come in to bite the tiefling. He manages to pull off, but the creature like comes in and slams him in the side.
Alright, I'm gonna attack him. I have Sentinel.
Oh shit! Oh, that's low damage.
Did it?
Yeah, that's tough, and I don't even get the Radiant because I have to use that on my turn. So
Did it move?
it's when they attack. Here I can link it for you.
Yeah, there's like multiple abilities with Sentinel.
You're thinking of
Just,
Polearm Master, I think.
no, I think like Sentinel when they try to like move from you, you get to attack like something. But yeah, when a creature within
Okay, yeah.
5 feet of you makes an attack against the target other than you, yeah. That is like, ugh. Alright, so that's its turn. Next up are the Leaper. The Oblivion Leaper. There are multiple. So, this one's going to attack, or the one up here is going to attack that NPC dwarf guy who came in and fucked up his day with a soul drain. Does 5 points of necrotic. He has to make a Constitution save. He's a dwarf. He should make this, and he does, barely. Next up, so those are the whistlers. This one's gonna come over and get in front of you. This one's gonna go 5, 10, 15. Okay, to the. He's gonna come over here. This one's gonna climb over and just kind of get over here. So this one's gonna come down here, and this one's gonna come right about here to get near the paladin. Just kind of making a wall. So, first one at the top, Atanis, you're gonna have one coming in from the side on you with its life drain. That does not hit. Next up, the one that just came in front of you, Canis, is gonna come in with its life drain. Does 19 hit?
It does. I don't have my shield up.
Alright, so you take 6 points of necrotic damage, and I need you to
Half
make a
down to
Constitution saving throw.
I have resistance to necrotic.
Alright. And make a Constitution saving throw.
I have proficiency in those, but I still rolled a nat 1.
Alright, you lose a hit dice.
Ah. Do I get so I have 2 different types? Do I get to choose which one I lose?
Yeah, I'll let you. You just lose a
Cool.
hit dice.
I lose a d6 hit dice then.
Alright, next one's gonna come up against you, Josiah. What's your armor class currently?
20.
20? Alright. Doesn't make it through that armor class. And then the 2 that are on the paladin, watch the paladin die.
I mean, he's kind of an asshole. I wouldn't really care if he did die.
Right, so 1 does get him. 7. And he has to make a con save. Or no, it's a. Yeah, it's a con. Yeah, he fails, so he loses another hit dice. Which doesn't really matter to him because he's an NPC. Alright, I think that was it. Yeah, that was all of their turns. Really need to get your name changed there. Josiah, you are up.
That's weird. I don't know why it's still that on there. Anyway, I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians.
Let's go.
Oh, that's because the name thing, like the name tag thing is still... It's a weird thing here. Hold on.
Spirit Guardian is like literally a top tier spell, I would say.
Oh, well, no, just... You're just casting Spirit Guardians. Okay. You fall for
Holds up a golden sword and
plant
like
around you in a
spirits
distance
come out
of 15 feet for the duration. So, is it a radius? Yeah, it's a 15-foot radius. All right.
So it's when they start their turn on it, so it'll first hurt them on their turn, I believe, right?
All right. So, yeah, that's a 15-foot radius. So we'll put that in the back, and it's centered around you. So it is really centered. Hold on. Make it a drawing.
Yeah, it needs to be like a little bit bigger.
Jesus. Okay, that's a lot of people. No, that's
So when
15.
they start their turns, they'll
Yeah.
take that. Yeah, it's got.
All right. So beginning of their turn. Okay. There's just now a swirling of celestial spirits going on. Anything else?
Just to note, that does drop my shield of face, so my AC is down to 18. But that's my turn.
That's gonna be baller, dude.
All right. Next up is the Dwarf. So he's going to come in and make 2 attacks with his battle axe against that other guy and just splatters him. Just like cleaves this creature. Kind of like comes over, but just like, you know what? He'll actually like just leap over the bar and get on the other side of these guys. Next up are the 2 bandits. That one's going to move forward. They're both going to make crossbow attacks, aiming at the ones on top of the bar. So, okay, both hit. So that one takes 4 points of damage, and the other takes 9. Next up is the Paladin, who is surrounded, so he'll basically do 1 attack for each of those guys. Both of which miss.
God
This
damn
guy,
that
I can't
paladin.
believe
He's like,
he was beating
"Those are
people up
cool."
before we got here. This guy's a wuss.
He
That's like
really is.
18 strength. Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, that's it for him. Eddie, you're up.
You got this,
I'm
Edward.
frightened.
You got this, Edward.
I'm frightened, so what do I roll?
Wisdom.
Oh, right. Beginning of your turn.
Wisdom save.
Yeah, so. Oh, yeah, the other guy should have been doing with the. Yeah, roll wisdom save. And the other guy should have been rolling with disadvantage, so I'll just re-roll his real fast, see if he'll probably still hit. Yeah, he still hits, so he still does that. Okay, you save. You
Oh
roll
my
it,
God.
right?
You got this, Eddie.
Can I do anything else?
That's at the beginning.
Let me
of
see if it was
his
at the
turn, right?
beginning. Yeah, I'm checking just to make sure.
I'm
that-
just saying that is so Eddie.
Completely.
Just
Like I
spend the
just
entire-
can't. I just can't get out of it. It's just.
I feel
the way
like
the character
I'm
was
not gonna
built.
lie. I feel like every combat you get locked down by something. Like we're all fighting, and it's like Eddie's
The
like in that
poop.
fucking corner. You're like, I'm getting strangled by
The poop
shit.
disable me. Everything disables
Yeah,
Eddie. It's just
it's kind of like a running meme at this point.
Oh,
it's canon.
you wouldn't even have to roll. The frighten only lasts till the beginning of your next turn.
Oh,
Oh,
okay, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you wouldn't. Yeah,
Get in here.
I'm gonna
so
fuck
try.
I wouldn't have been frightened either.
Fuck him up.
I'm gonna try doing the bouncing shield thing then.
You got this, Eddie.
All right. Which one you
Yeah!
starting with?
Jesus, I'm finally.
My boy.
Which one
Oh,
are you going
damn.
for? Up there. Okay. So for a 20, you come in, slam your shield over here. It like bashes into this guy, doing 10 points of damage.
Do they have to die to rebound or no?
No, they just have to hit. Then you make another attack for the next one.
For fuck's sake.
Unfortunately, as it hits the first one, the other one sees that, ducks down, shield goes out of the way, bounces off a wall, and comes back to your hand.
Nice hit, Eddie.
That's it for my turn.
But that is one.
I'm not scared anymore.
There's nothing to be afraid of. We're fucking these
Nice.
guys out.
That's it for my turn.
Alright, next up are the Whistlers. Well, this guy's been attacked by a few things. There's the dwarf right above him, who is the most. So the one above you, Tannis, is going to attack the dwarf guy. Misses. And the one next to you, Tannis, is going to attack you. Misses.
Oh, they all need to make con saves.
One of them misses
right,
them.
right.
For Spirit Guardian.
So, con.
It's a DC 15.
Alright, so those two fail. Yeah, there is a third one in there. So the third one. Okay, all three fail. How much damage do they take?
There's 4 in it. Or 5, right?
Well, there's three. Well, these are different ones. These are these
Oh,
three
okay.
in particular.
Yeah, sorry. Alright. Yeah, so it's 13 I think I rolled. Or if you want me to roll again, I don't care. It's 3d8.
Okay, yeah, you did roll a 13. So these guys do take out 13 damage. So that one takes 13. This one just falls to the ground, dead, and this one takes 13. Alright, so the one that was going to attack you didn't even get the chance. This other Whistler, seeing the Paladin just kind of getting his ass kicked, yeah, he's gonna go ahead and... We're still alive. Yeah, he's gonna move past his ally there, over here, and he's gonna try to go for you. Josiah. As this one's pretty confident his two friends can take care of the Paladin.
Yeah.
For
he's-
23.
That definitely hits.
Right, you take 9 points of necrotic, which I believe is halved.
We make a con save too.
Yep, and make a Constitution save. That is a failure. You lose one of your hit dice.
Oh, and then another one for concentration.
Oh yeah, and another one for concentration. And you
Jesus.
lose concentration.
That's
So your Spirit Guardian is gone before they could get to the weaker ones.
I think I read it again. It's like when they enter, but like I don't really care. You can just go.
And yep, that is it for their turn. Canis, you're up.
Okay. I am going to provoke the opportunity attacks from these two guys.
All right. It's the Leaper. Both of which miss.
Okay. And then come right here. I'm gonna throw my Hexblade's Curse on the other guy, the guy that I already have hexed. So now he's got both my hexes on him. And then I am going to cast Arc Blade and hit him. So my blade crackles with electricity as I come around here, and I'm going to jump up and try to slam him with my sword two-handed. And it's hexed, so I crit on a 19 or a 20. Hey, let's go.
Oh, Jesus
Nice.
Christ.
It's,
So
it's
that
your boy.
is 16 plus 23. Brain, do math. Is that 38?
16 plus 23 is 39.
39. As you come in and slash a massive chunk. How much of it's a necrotic?
So let's see here. The necrotic has 6 and then 8. So 14 of it is necrotic.
Okay, so I'm gonna add another 7 on top. Or add a 7.
Subtract 7.
Half of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, from the-
And then I I get to arc the electricity to another guy too, so I deal 2d6 to I'll do it to this guy right
To the
here.
paladin.
Yeah, right. So
Alright. So 2d6. It's like, is it a save or anything, or is it just
nope,
it takes
just
damage?
it just takes the damage.
All right. It kind of like just gets a little.
And that's it for me.
All right. Atanas, you're up.
Right. So
You got a couple of options.
I'm going to cast Spectral Slash at 2nd level
All right.
to the guy immediately on top of me.
That is a miss.
Damn it.
As you come in and this creature just kind of moves out of the way.
I will go ahead and take my attack action and swing twice at that same damn guy. As my
Alright.
body just like goes back to where the specter is.
All right. So first one just straight up kills the guy.
All right, then I would take my second hit on the one on top right, like right here, this one.
All right, that one also dies. As you just come in and slash twice, cutting both of them in half.
Right. So that's that, and I'm gonna move right here, and that's the end of my turn.
All right. Next up is the Morog. It. Having taken a massive chunk of damage from you, Canis, and the fact that you killed its brethren, it's going to come after your ass.
I bet.
So that is a bite attack for a 20,
That
for just
hits.
4 points of piercing damage. And then come in for a slam attack for a natural 20,
Ooh.
and that is 11.
That is a lot of damage.
15,
21.
21 points of damage.
I have the
6 of which,
necrotic.
10 of which is necrotic.
I'm attacking it with Sentinel.
Okay, so I have the necrotic,
That's a
so
hit for
I
7.
only take 16 damage from that second attack.
All right.
All good. I'm a lot more tanky than I used to be, so
And-
I still have a decent amount of health.
Yeah. And that is its turn. Next up are the Leaper. So the one next to you, Atanas, is going to make an attack against you for 23.
That hits.
You take 8 points of necrotic damage, and I need you to make a Constitution save.
Again, and
Yep, every hit. You lose a hit die.
How many people look below half HP?
I am.
I'm like at half.
All right. Next one is going to go for you, Josiah.
Bring it on.
Does not hit. Then the other two down here. The one below the paladin is actually going to go for you, Canis, as you seem to be a bigger threat than the paladin. Misses with a 12.
Yeah, I was just
The
fucking...
other one's going after the paladin and misses with a 13. So that is it for them. That is the end of their turn. Next up is Josiah.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Word of Radiant. So, each creature within 5 feet of me needs to make a what's it? Constitution saving throw.
2 leapers. That's 15 again. Alright, so one makes it and one fails. Then the Whistler
Actually, roll the damage though.
also. So the Whistler and one of the leapers fails.
5 radiant.
Alright, to the 2 that failed.
And then I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon.
Alright.
And I'll put it here and attack the white background guy.
Yeah, let's fuck him up. Bro, 11 damage with spiritual weapon? That's crazy.
We'll just put that there. There we go.
Yeah.
That's a good roll, dude.
11 points of force to this guy. Alright, he needs to do a save. So, as you would bring him down to his last, but that's 5, so he needs to make a Constitution saving throw of 16. Oh.
Hey,
But fails. Okay, so you do end the life of this creature.
I will move my hex to this guy that's between us.
Alright.
And that'll be my
Anything
turn.
else? Alright. Next up is this guy. Yeah, he basically just sees you guys fucking up the rest of these things, so he's just gonna, like, go for a drink.
Oh,
back there.
I just want to mention that when this guy, I regain hit points. I get 4 hit points back because of my Hexblade's curse.
Oh, yeah, okay. The 2 bandits, you know what, yeah, no, you guys are just kicking so much ass that all the people here are just, like, watching you at this point.
That's fair.
Except for the paladin. The paladin who is going to attempt to actually do something this turn. Well, he doesn't hurt one of them, but the other one, right here, gets smashed into the ground.
I wish I
as
had.
he manages to kill one of them.
I wish I had Silvery Barb so I could fuck up his 1 crit.
Alright. That is the end of his turn. Eddie, you are up.
I'm gonna move here and try the shield one more time with the one guy in front of me.
Alright. Okay, that is a hit. You deal 9 points of bludgeoning to the first one. And you use a point to go ooh, that is a second hit on that one. Dealing another 9 points of oh, yeah, no, you just, like, wiped him the fuck out. As you come in, hit one, take the head off the other. You're gonna go for the third?
Yep,
Alright.
for fuck's sake.
But unfortunately, after seeing the first two get hit, the other one just kind of like moves out of the way. As the shield comes flying through, bounces off, and comes back to you. I believe that's all your charges.
That is it. I'm out of charges.
Alright.
That's it for my turn.
I mean, you killed one and fucked up another.
I only did something, yeah.
Hey, you always do something.
That's fair.
Alright, next up are the Whistlers, which is just one left. He's stuck between two very bad positions. He's gonna go for the weaker one. The one who looks like has less go for it. So Candace, he's gonna come down for you.
Bring it on.
But misses.
Fend
He
him
tries
off
to
with
like
my
come
sword.
in and steal your life force. Ugh. Yeah, and that's it.
Alright.
Next up is Candace.
Alright, time to fuck him up. I'm gonna go after the guy that I hexed. I am going to I don't really actually need to use my bonus action for once. That's crazy. Alright, well, I'm just gonna use Arc Blade again. So there's that. And I don't crit on a 19 or a 20 anymore because my Hexblade Curse doesn't move, unfortunately. But that's still respectable. That's still mad respectable.
Well, yeah, that's enough to take out the one hit point he had left.
Alright, and then there's nobody within 5 feet of him, so I don't get to arc the electricity, unfortunately. But I
You can hit the
will...
paladin.
No, I'm not trying to pick a fight. I will use my bonus action to use my Force Buckler, so my armor class goes up to 19. And that's it for me.
Alright. Atana, it's you're up next. There's just one in front of you and one down here.
I'm just gonna hit the guy that's right in front of me and hopefully finish his miserable life.
Alright. That is a hit. The first one hits and actually does enough damage to kill him.
Right, nice. And you know what? Didn't you say there was one door from the bar getting a drink?
Yep, the boss guy just like got behind the bar, saw like after taking care of the last one there, and saw you guys were basically had this and was just pouring some drinks.
Well, I'm just gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go right here and then just like signal for a drink as well and watch the rest of the fight because there's only one left.
Alright. Next up, they're dead. Next up is the Leaper. Alright, so... Yeah,
Bring it on.
what are these things? Intelligence? It's an undead creature. It probably isn't smart enough to run away. It's got a 10 wisdom and a 10 intelligence, so it's not like stupid. Alright. It's gonna go after the Paladin. The Paladin's actually getting pretty low. So let's see if we can kill the Paladin. Okay, for Soul Drain. Misses. That's its turn.
Alright, I'm gonna cast. Why did I literally just lose it? Sacred Flame.
Alright, so DC 15. Dex save.
Yeah.
Manages to get out of the way.
Hold up, so that would be the
And
guy
then I'll
who,
move
sorry,
mine.
that's the only guy left, so he'd be the guy that has my hex, and my hex makes them have disadvantage on Dex.
All right. See if we can end this. Okay, yeah, it fails.
Ayo.
It takes a little bit of radiant. Still alive.
I also hit it with tried to hit it with spiritual weapon. I'll
Alright,
move it
so
down and attack
Move
it.
it down.
I already rolled, yeah.
Alright, yeah, you come in with spiritual weapon and splash a big chunk out of this guy.
It also has +5 radiant because I'm still transformed. It's the last minute. I don't think it's been a minute, has it?
No.
Yeah.
You just cleave this thing in half, and that is it for the combat. As the last of the strange creatures are dead, rotting on the floor.
I'm going to immediately start checking the like human or dwarf or otherwise bodies, trying to find anyone who's like a survivor.
You do so. You don't have to search very hard, as many of the bodies of the survivors are torn apart as they had been getting eaten.
Fuck. Damn it, Atanas. We could have
Maybe
saved
if
them.
we hadn't been arguing.
We could have gotten out of here quicker. Damn it.
What do you mean? You got out of there, I couldn't even block you. I went to the other way. You just got out. They were eating when you got out. I just saw them, I told you what I saw, and then you decided to get out. There was nothing else we could do. Just calm down.
There's dead people here that didn't need to die. I don't think I need to be calm right now, Atanas.
What do you mean they didn't need to die? We heard the bang, I look at out the window, I told you what happened, and then you decided to get out. They were dead when I was looking out. How do you want them to save when we didn't even know they were coming?
What the
They are
hell
dead.
are these things? I'm going to inspect
I have
the
absolutely
creatures.
no idea.
They are some weird monstrosity looking, like you would probably have come across a ghoul before, and that is probably the closest thing that you have that is close to these creatures. But their forms themselves are almost like physical yet shadow at the same time. They are just strange.
Have I seen them before in my dreams?
No, you have not.
Do they look at all like the shadow creatures that were at Yaro's ritual?
No, those were specters. They're like normal ghosts.
No, I meant like the.
Or the other shadows. The other shadows? No. Those were more incorporeal. More like just transparent shadow images. These are like physical creatures, but they've got like little wisps of shadow covering their body. Which, as they are dying, those wisps just kind of disappear, and they're just these like gray, dead things.
We should probably. Is there an
Jeez, I was gonna
upstairs
get
at this
frustrated,
inn?
but like,
Yeah, there's an upstairs.
We should probably check the upstairs for more of these things. I'll go. I look pissed off, and I'm gonna head upstairs.
one sec.
I'll
Because
go
I-
with you.
Okay. Just I was gonna cast this though, and so I can heal somebody 2d6 like every turn for a minute.
Alright.
So
Okay, I'll stick
Yeah, I
around
think that's
until I
like-
get to full health.
so that's what, 10 rounds? So that'd be 10 2d6s.
So I'm gonna do it by increments because I want to see how long it takes me to get out of here. So 6 seconds. I get 2d6, so that's 4. No, I got 6 back. Okay.
That's a good
13.
Oh, actually, you get +5 for each one because I'm a life cleric
Okay,
too.
I'm at
Oh,
I'm at
shit,
full
yeah.
health after 12 seconds, so then I'll head upstairs.
All right.
That's some fucking clutch shit, dude.
Yeah.
Life clerics are fucking. That's why I'm screen with one.
Dude, Josiah's my boy. And it's like, it's cool because like, you've got baller healing, but it's not like you were useless in that fight. You were hitting pretty hard.
Alright, 3 more.
Alright, you guys can split those up as you see fit.
And each one of these has +5.
So you're just healing the fuck out of everybody.
I mean, who else took damage in the fight?
Nope.
I think you took some, but Eddie didn't take any. I think at this point, I think pretty much anyone who took damage is healed. Like, you could heal the paladin if you want to, but that's up to you.
He's a bitch. Leave him hurt. He was picking fights when we got here.
Yeah, to be honest, at this point, I don't really see him as an ally, so yeah.
Alright.
But yeah, after like I'm done healing everybody, I'll follow Canis up eventually.
I will just look at the creatures and see if I can see anything on them or markings,
investigation check.
anything at all.
And for those of you going upstairs to search, also make an investigation check.
Okie dokie.
I'm upstairs.
My boy.
Josiah's just gonna kind of stand guard outside. He's kind
Aye.
of like jumpy.
So going upstairs and searching around, it doesn't look like the creatures got up here.
Nice.
There's no trace of them that you can see. Atanez, I mean, you don't see anything other than... Like, how low do you have to roll to not notice something that is, like, really, really visible?
No idea.
Well, you didn't roll a nat 1.
Yeah.
So I will say you're not that blind as to, and really this, like, even without searching, you do see, like, those zombie-ish creatures. One of them does have, like, they are wearing, like, torn clothing, like they used to, this used to be somebody, but one of them is wearing, what looks to be a necklace with a holy symbol on it.
Do I recognize the
You
symbol
would.
on the...
I just gotta pull up something real fast. The name of all the gods. Okay. If you rolled a nat 1, then I'd be like, yeah, no, you're blind as... You just... Yeah, you don't see shit.
He has succeeded.
Well,
with
technically I rolled a 3, but I have a -1.
My boy, you suck
Oh, right,
at
you
this.
rolled it. Okay, I don't have to think it's that one. God, I have like all the gods named on like a really old ass list. Okay, there we go. So this person is wearing the symbol of Varnos, who is the imperial god of death and rebirth.
That tracks.
Yeah, so basically the type of person you worship for like burial rites and stuff like that. The type of person who's in
What's his
charge
name
of
again?
like Varnos. That is Varnos. This must be the old list because I had like an actual.
I would come back downstairs after I determine there's no undead up there, other than me. Looks like upstairs is safe.
Okay, yeah. So the symbol you see, the symbol itself is two snakes essentially devouring each other. So it's like a circular ring with two snakes devouring each other. One is silver and
Got it.
the other is like a bronze. It's kind of like a symbol of life and death and rebirth and stuff like that.
Right, I turn to the damn it, what's his name again?
Lumiere, the paladin, or the
Yeah,
bard?
no, to Lumiere. I turn to Lumiere and I show him the medallion and say, "Right, Lumiere, is there any of your guys that was wearing this?" And I just show it to him.
He looks at it, he's like, not that I know of. I don't really pay attention to their religious beliefs. Kind of sits there thinking for a second. There is an old temple of Varnos to the west, well, near the area where all the people were going missing.
Right,
Place
that
kind
may
of got
be,
left abandoned a few years back. Rich folk didn't really kind of abandoned this neighborhood, so a lot of abandoned places.
Right, that may be worth a look after all. Right. Oh, sorry for your bar. It seems that you have a lot of repairs
To
to
like
do.
mark it on your map, there's a little red X right here where the that is
Oh,
essentially
yes,
where
yeah.
the temple would be.
I'm sorry we couldn't save more of your men.
I gonna have to do a lot of cleaning up.
I don't suppose you'd have.
Wait, I'm gonna get drunk tonight.
I don't
He kind of sits
suppose.
there and it's like,
I want to kind of sidle up to him, like so that.
hold on 1 second. He kind of sits there. He goes back behind the bar, and there was a back room area you guys haven't searched, and you just hear a, "Oh God damn it!" If you go back there and look, a lot of people in the back room got killed too. As he is now just sitting here like, this is just the worst day of his life.
I'm gonna kind of sidle up next to him and be like, "Listen, I know this might be bad timing, but with your crew slimmed out, I don't suppose you have work for somebody, or some people like us, not the Inquisitor, by the way."
He kind of looks at you and let me take a few days to get things settled here, and I'll let you know. How can I contact you?
There's a toy shop over. I'll tell him where the toy shop is.
You done? He kind of gives you an eye, like, all right. By the way, you all got a name? Does your group have a name? Yeah, ours does. All right.
I can't say we do, and I would pressure the group to come up with one right now, but we're missing a couple of our friends, and I don't think it'd be fair to come up with that. But something to do with crows or ravens or something.
All right. I'll send word if something comes up. I've got more employees, but this definitely took a chunk out of business.
Do you think you have
I'll
any
let you know.
employees as competent as us, given what you just saw?
I'll let you know.
Alright. Atanas, did you find anything out?
Well, just find this medallion from Varnos, and Lumiere here just told me that there was an abandoned temple of Varnos within the vicinity of where this disappearance occurred, so it might be worth checking.
That sounds like a coincidence. I was just fucking with you. Let's definitely go check that out.
Alright, and since when do we believe in coincidence?
Never. There's no such thing as a coincidence. You know that.
Exactly. Right. Well, Lumiere, we would. No, we won't take much of your time. We will let you to
I will take another
take
pint,
care of the
though.
pollen.
Another pint before we go would be wonderful.
Jesus Christ! Say, the guy yelled at me 5 minutes ago for not helping, and now there's dead bodies around, and he's getting a pint.
I mean, we already did everything we could at this point. I yelled at you while there was still potential that somebody could get hurt.
Anyway. Right, it's alright, I think it's time we go. And I would just walk out the bar.
You
Waiting
walk out
for
the
waiting for Canis and his pint.
I wouldn't have the pints, I would follow you.
the the paladin just kind
Oh,
of
I don't even talk to him, I just
he's just he like leaves the bar. He did hear about that stuff that happened, so he's probably gonna, you might meet him again, who knows. He's looking pretty fucked up too, so he might just go home.
Yeah, man.
Only the future can tell. Was not expecting him to get fucked up that much. The guy just 17 armor class and he's a fucking paladin, couldn't do shit.
Nope.
Anyway, Canis, you get your pint. You all leave? What is the plan? What are you guys doing moving forward?
Well, I was
here?
waiting until everybody's out, and I guess Canis said that he was following me, so I turned around, and if everybody is following me on the street, I would just turn around and say, alright, so, here are the options. And, listen, this is Inquisition business, guys. I do not want to drag into more dangers that is necessary. So I will leave this up to you.
I mean, apparently you're not gonna save anybody unless we come along, so yeah, we're coming.
I am not going to jump into a fight without knowing what I'm getting myself into. Canis, my job is not to save people.
Well, that is my job. So if you're not gonna save people, then you need to get the hell out of my way.
Canis, once again, I will remind you, my job is to find the murderer. Finding the murderer will save more people than just dying on a fight without having the main guy in this.
Did you really think that we would die in that fight?
Again, Canis, I just told you what I saw through that little thing in the door. Who knows, could have been way more monster than that, more powerful just hiding outside of my view. But no, you decided to rush in with no information.
Eddie, Josiah,
That's what I
what
meant.
do you think? Back me up on this.
Look, guys, I think this is related to my problem, and I don't want anybody to get hurt, any more people. So, I'm down for saving people from this horrid future that may befall me, but I do think that you're being a little bit hard or something.
Listen, my objective, my priority is the safety of this group and finishing the mission. Nothing else matters.
My priority is making sure innocent people don't die for no damn reason. Nothing else matters.
Right, but if you die in a fight without getting the bad guy, the main bad guy out, what's gonna happen?
Listen, Atanas, I'm not a member of the Inquisition. You don't get to decide what our mission parameters are.
I am not deciding for you, I'm asking you a question. If you die in a fight and the main guy doesn't die, what's gonna happen?
We at least save somebody, even if we die.
If you save one person and you die, what happens to the next 100 that you couldn't save because you actually die and didn't kill the main bad guy?
My life is not... Listen, if I can save even one person, then it's worth it. It doesn't matter if I get to sit around and fight the next bad guy if I don't save anybody because I'm a fucking coward.
Again, there was nothing cowardly about it, it's just being pragmatic.
Canis just clenches
Ma-
his teeth and then just like looks at the ground.
Look, Kenneth, what you're thinking. I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong or anything. I applaud you trying to save people no matter what the cost. But here we are dealing with something very powerful, something that can control those monsters, create undead like we saw at the harbor.
Oh shit! What happened?
The objective is to,
His laptop crashed.
yeah.
No, you made him cry with all your discussion. So he left us.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay, it looked like he jumped back in the thing, so he might jump back in here in a second.
Anyway, Kenneth, what I'm
It's on
saying
your laptop,
is
too, what the fuck? There he is.
nice. He's back.
If I have to die to save somebody who deserves saving, then I'll do it. I think we have different priorities, Atanas, and you're not going to convince me to change mine. Just like I know that I'll never convince you to have a heart.
Once again, Kenneth, you do not understand. It's not like I don't have a heart or anything. I don't like see people dying, innocent people dying. But I cannot save them all, and that I know. And I need to think of the
Save
greater
as
good
many
as well.
You can.
That is true, and by killing whomever is creating those monsters, I will save more people than
You can do
by
both
going
things,
into every
Atanas.
fight.
It just sounds like you're putting a price on lives, on people's lives. Every life is as important as the next one.
You're a
I agree
monk.
with you, but I cannot save them all. I am not a god. I cannot
You
win
can
every
save
fight.
the ones in front of you,
I
though.
will save them
Again.
all, Atanas.
We won't. That is a fact, and you know it, Kenneth. Don't blind yourself on this. Don't lie to yourself on that, because you know it as well as I do. That this is not possible.
I owe it to these people. I will save as many as I can. Next,
And help me find who's responsible
Atanas,
for this.
of course,
If we put
of
a
course
stop
we're
to
going to
this,
help
we
you.
save the whole
But
city.
I'm telling you right now, if we come into another situation where you're standing between us and saving people, I don't know what I'll do.
If you that hell bent on trying to save everybody and die for it, I won't stop you, but don't ask me to participate in every fight. Because I won't. I will not put the many in dangers for just a few. That is not rational. And that is not what I will do. Saving 5 people and condemning a whole city is not worth it. No matter what you tell yourself, it is not worth it.
If you really thought that you weren't strong enough to defeat the minions of whatever it is that we're dealing with, how would you expect to have enough power?
Again,
to
Kenneth,
defeat the
how
leader?
did you know only minions were present today? How did you know?
Well, if they were
You
the
could
leader,
not have
then
been. You
that
just
was what we were
blindly,
Listen,
you
Nothing
blindly
would have
rushed
changed.
into danger.
It wouldn't have mattered if it was the largest demon that this world has ever seen. I would have stood
You
out
would
there
have
to face
died.
it.
We would all have died.
then I would have
Period.
died doing what's
None
right.
of us are strong enough.
Then I would have died doing what's right.
Then you are more foolish than I thought, Kenneth.
Then I die a fool, and I don't care.
I just shut up and walk away. Shaking my head.
Alright.
Lead the way to wherever this temple is. We need to see if we can save more people.
You are not going to the temple with me. I am going to the Inquisition. Get
Fine,
Get,
we'll go to the
um,
temple without you. If you're
reinforcement.
not interested in saving people.
Again, I do not want to put you in danger. this is not what I want. I will get some reinforcement from the Inquisition, and if
No.
you still want to go in there, then we can go in numbers.
We don't need reinforcements. We need to go now. We're already here, Atanas.
Fine, then go. And I'm just going to the Inquisition.
All right, when we start walking there.
Fuck Atanas, then. That's bullshit.
Alright.
We are the reinforcements,
Rat
bruh.
and
Bruh, we are the reinforcements.
Nah.
So we're gonna go ahead and leave it there tonight,
Alright.
so that the other party members may have a voice in this.
Do you know
Well,
what?
Casey will be gone tomorrow next week.
Do you
but,
know what's worse about the situation? Ava had 2 trainings. Well, one canceled and the other one is a no-show. So she's now mad that she could have played.
That sucks.
Oh my god.
Well, you know, it's fine because Casey canceled anyway, and I want everybody to be here, so it would have bummed me out if Casey
Yeah.
was gone, so. But, yeah.
which he's gonna be on next week too. So
Uh-huh. Well, but next week we're playing Mike's game, because he is going to be gone next week for vacation. So, yeah.
If he ends up going, hopefully.
So, the,
let's cool. We get kind of a little break before the end of the year.
Who did you say was gone? Is gone next week?
Casey.
Oh, okay.
who else?
True. I should have known better.